Hey, welcome to it. Middle of the week, everybody. Wednesday. Little Gwynn and Chris Jr. down at Petco Park. And, of course, Matt Scraby. We're broadcasting live here from the Bill House Studios. We know how. And let's get right to it. Shorter show today with the ball game starting an hour earlier tonight, a 5:40 start. So that means Sam Levitt takes over here the pregame at 4:40. We have to get into it. Tony Gwynn Jr. going to be heading downstairs here shortly to talk to Craig Stamon and get ready for the ball game. So, Tony, let's go here. I just look at this game last night. First of all, it was another great game. I mean, I'm just enjoying this again, 2 nights in a row. You know, the atmosphere, the fans I thought were great for both sides last night. Just great cheering and booing and yelling and screaming. That's what it should be like. The atmosphere, I loved it. I know everybody talks about how I don't want to give any tickets to Dodger fans. Okay, but I also think it adds a little bit of a dimension to it, you know, with the yelling back and forth and the one team's ahead and the other team's ahead. I really enjoyed the atmosphere in both nights. And it's just my way of saying, you know, thank you to Major League Baseball for limiting the amount of games that the Dodgers get to play the Padres, because it's just, you know, these games are so fun and I wish there was more of them. Having said that, somebody pissed off the baseball gods last night because, and this isn't to say the Dodgers were lucky. If you're a Dodger fan, you're saying, well, we weren't lucky. No, the Dodgers weren't lucky. But pretty fair to say, Tony, that there were a lot of bounces of the baseball that went the way of the blue last night. And that's why they won the game, as far as I'm concerned. It was, you know, that was that tight to where it would be decided by little things like that.
Yeah, sure. I think there was definitely some bounces that went the Dodgers' way. I thought it had more to do with that last little bit of inning there.
You think Padres, the last inning? Yeah.
I think that's ultimately. I think we still might be playing baseball without that.
He doesn't make that throw. Yeah.
And here's the thing: these series, these games that these two teams play, typically are close, and typically one team makes a mistake. And decided. In this case, the irony is that the Dodgers were the first ones to make a mistake.
Yes.
Padres just countered it with a mistake of their own, and that mistake ended up being costly.
I did keep an eye on Alex Call when he got back to the dugout after scoring the run, and people were giving him the high five, and it was kind of like a half-hearted high five because he really should not have been out there at all.
He should have been and he should have ran them right out of the inning is what he should have happened there.
Right.
But I gotta say, I tip my hat to Andy Pages. That
what an at bat. I hate to say it too, but man,
was unbelievable.
We talked about Castellanos a couple of weeks ago in the Cardinal game. Yeah. This was right up there. Even Freddie Freeman said he's been playing a long time. He said that was one of the best at-bats he's ever seen. And that was faint praise.
Against Mason Miller. I mean, we've been watching Mason all year long.
Yeah.
He made Max Muncy look silly last night. And to see the type of at-bat the right-handed Andy Pages put on was very impressive. And after the Padres made that mistake, the Dodgers did what they I think they do probably better than any team consistently, which is you make a mistake, they make you pay. It's very few times where you make a mistake and they don't make you pay. And so that's kind of how these games go. Yesterday, the mistake came in the zone. And or two nights ago, it came in the zone. Andujar hits a homer, and then that was all she wrote. This was back-to-back mistakes by each team, but the last mistake ended up being the most costly.
It was a bigger mistake. I want to continue with Pages first, and then we'll go back to the play at first base. Our guy Alden Gonzalez read his article online last night. He put some numbers in there, and I think we can drown ourselves in some of the analytics and some of the numbers. But one thing he put in his story last night that just absolutely blew me away, and maybe I knew this, but I hadn't seen it put in print yet. Mason Miller has thrown this year 50 100-mile-per-hour or more fastballs. 50. Not a single one of them had been put in play into fair territory until Pages hit that fly ball to get the run in. Nobody across baseball had hit a single Mason Miller fastball into fair territory. That's how good that at bat was. And he had to have 4 foul balls just to get to that. So,
and that's what that to me as a hitter was the beauty of it, right? Was his last swing didn't look anything like his first one, right? He was late, and his timing kept getting a little better. Even with the slider that he fouled off in there, that was nasty. His timing just kept getting better, and it was almost like the more he kept seeing, the better he got. And by the end, I mean, by the way, better is what if in any other situation is a can of corn to right, but in this situation, it's exactly what they needed. So it's not as though he like squared him up and took him off the wall.
Mm-hmm.
He was able to do enough on 1/102 or whatever it was.
Yeah, 2-2
to just get it in the outfield.
Now, great job by Pajes, and you got to tip your cap to that. But when he hit the ball, I think if you look at the replay,
I did too. I was thinking
he wasn't so sure that he did the job. He didn't think for a second, and I must tell you, at first glance, sitting in the ballpark, like the other 40,000 people, I kind of saw Fernando creeping in a little and steady himself. And I was expecting I thought he was going to gun him. I really did.
I thought he was going to be toast.
Yeah. So you tell me, Tony, from the outfielder's perspective, should Sun Moon Song have cut that ball off? Was that the mistake, or was it just the throw? He didn't get everything into it, or what did you see?
I got a couple questions through text yesterday about who's cutting, where the cut should have been.
Yeah.
Because you had Ty at first base kind of just off. I think he was basically in the position like coming off of the bag, right?
Right.
Or not coming off the bag. He was already off the bag, and he kind of just stayed in that spot. I think if based on where Toddy was and where Ty was, I think if he throws through Ty, the throw is up the line the other side on the third base side.
Right.
I think ultimately it was just an errant throw, and Sung recognized that and cut it, because if you watch from I don't know if you guys saw the angles that they put up on TV yesterday.
I put as many as I could, but yeah.
You could see Freddie starting to move up the line as the throw came out of Toddy's hand. So he's seeing what I thought I saw. And I think Sung did the right thing by cutting it and kind of redirecting it, because if you watch where he cut it, he still had to like square his shoulders back to the plate to get the throw on line. Now, obviously, if Toddy's able to get it there on the line on his own, we might have a different situation, but there's no doubt the cut, although needed, took a little longer.
Have you guys ever watched those like wireframe plays that happen? They put it on the website, the MLB.com website. You could watch where the players are and how they're moving and everything. And they track the ball too when they throw it in the field. Okay. And you could clearly see that Fernando's throw is tracking to go up the third base line. So I saw so much vitriol for Sung Moon Song this morning.
Yeah.
Why was this cut? It's like we weren't there.
Well,
we wouldn't even have had a chance if he didn't cut it.
Right. So he made the right play is the bottom line. So for anybody who wants to rip on Song, he did the right thing by cutting the ball. And as Tony said, he had to turn to square his shoulders. And as you saw the throw, he just didn't quite get it down enough. It was just a little too high. It gave Call the room to sneak in there before they could get the tag down. The other thing, Tony, was interesting. Did you see Dave Roberts? He came out. He was ready to argue that Fermin was blocking the plate. Yeah. So I don't know what would have happened there.
I think he would have lost that one because, again, the throw is taking him up the line. And he didn't know that Song was going to cut it. He's just putting himself in position to get the throw. Now, if I recall, the rule says if the throw is taking you there, you can go, but you can't just set up blocking. Yeah. Here's the other thing that I thought was, I hate that we got to keep tipping our cap on, but this was another thing. Alice Call's slide was
pretty good.
Was perfect.
Yeah.
How often have we seen guys slide home? We've seen this call overturned. The leg kind of hovers over home plate because it's the only plate that's not three-dimensional. That bad boy is in the ground. So you only get that top surface. He kind of came, and the other thing he did was he avoided Freddie's foot. How often do you see that foot get hit? And it throws the slide off completely. They don't even get to the bag a lot of times. He stepped over that bad boy and made sure his cleats touched home plate. It was like I said, it was good baseball around, except the two errors that one on the base runner, one on whoever you want to give it to.
All right, so
half error on both guys.
Maybe it was half on both guys. I wanted to ask your opinion on the throw by Mason Miller. I thought, Ty France is a Gold Glover. He's going to catch that probably 9 out of 10 times, but he pulled the throw, and it's coming over there 115 miles an hour because that's how fast Mason Miller goes. I think France reached for it, and it just ticked off his glove. I think the error, I guess it could have gone either way, and frankly, it doesn't really matter to me.
No, it doesn't.
We lost the game because of that play. I think Mason Miller took, the blame for the throw, and that's the kind of guy he is, which, I think we all appreciate. So great game. And that's what we're getting, and we're going to hopefully have one more tonight. Ohtani takes on Vasquez. So back on another party pitchers duel. Couple of quick other things to just fret over last night. The ground ball by Teoscar that hits the bag, bounces over Manny. That gave them their third run.
Yeah.
Okay, so that was a run.
Happened the night before, too.
Right, so that was big. The ball that obviously Ty France hit that bounced over the fence. Jackson Merrill would have walked home.
I hate that rule.
You hate that rule, but it worked against the Padres for sure that time. And then the ball hit by Laureano. I mean, a hell of a play by a guy that doesn't normally make a lot of plays, Teoscar Hernandez, and went back. He was right there to flag it down. So it's just, the gods were not in our favor.
No, and there's people in the chat asking about the decision to pinch hit for Gavin Sheets earlier in the game and why they didn't pitch hit. We talk about that in the Big Five, so that'll be coming up here at 2:40.
Why Laureano was up instead of Sheets.
Thank you.
All right.
Just important to remember, baseball has when teams are this good, it's going to be those type of plays. The night before you can make the argument that Duran throwing those runners out, one late, one early, or one early, one late.
Yeah.
Those are the type of things that decide the game in a lot of instances where these two teams get together.
Yep, and another second game in a row that a challenge in the 9th inning was a pivotal moment. If Max Muncy didn't challenge, or if they didn't have any challenges left, he would have been out, and there would have been 2 outs. So I love it. I just wish there were, 15 more of these games instead of we're, almost done with the season
13,
series. Yeah. But it'll be fun tonight. Ohtani, Vasquez, Game 3, rubber match, chance for the Padres to go back into first place. I don't think you can ask for more than that. Tony's going to get down, get himself ready to go. If there's any news, he'll report back to us. We'll get it on to you. In the meantime, a lot to do. The Cleveland Cavaliers. I know you didn't see it, Tony, but the Cleveland
I heard about it.
Yeah, they should be the first team in NBA history to fire their coach during the championship series. That's how bad that game was boxed up last night by their head coach.
Did you take my dramatic
behavior?
You've been so dramatic lately.
It was what is the word that we not mismanagement, like worse than that.
Oh, you've said this about using guys in the field or Gavin Sheets in left field.
Yeah, it's
gross. God, what is it called?
I know. I hate when I do
negligent.
More than even negligent. Yeah,
man, we've said this so many times.
I know. Anyway, it's a good word. When I remember it, I'll tell you. But the Cavaliers-Knicks game was one for the ages, and we'll have more on tonight's game. Gwynn and Chris, glad you're with us. Also, tickets to give away to the Phillies next week, Padres. So don't go anywhere.
Things. It even tells you, hey, there's a canyon over here. Don't hit it here.
Scraby from about 45 feet. His caddy tells him to play it a little to the right. He's been playing well so far today. 4th hole. Nice smooth delivery. Hit it too hard.
Sasquatch.
So Chris says that he can't play golf, but this is the second birdie putt he's made for us. This time it was like 20 feet.
Thank you very much, Craig. But once again, you're hitting some very nice shots as well. I'm not used to complimentary to you, but I can't help but be complimentary. Your shot making today.
With my what?
Your shot making. You hit some.
These things. It even tells you, hey, there's a canyon over here. Don't hit it here.
Scraby from about 45 feet. His caddy tells him to play it a little to the right. He's been playing well so far today. Fourth hole. Nice smooth delivery. Hit it too hard.
Sasquatch. So Chris says that he can't play golf, but this is the second birdie putt he's made for us. This time it was like 20 feet.
Thank you very much, Craig. But once again, you're hitting some very nice shots as well. I'm not used to complimentary to you, but I can't help but be complimentary. Your shot making today.
With my what?
Your shot making. You hit some.
These things. It even tells you, hey, there's a canyon over here. Don't hit it here.
Scraby from about 45 feet. His caddy tells him to play it a little to the right. He's been playing well so far today. Fourth hole. Nice smooth delivery. Hit it too hard.
Sasquatch. So Chris says that he can't play golf, but this is the second birdie putt he's made for us. This time it was like 20 feet.
Thank you very much, Craig. But once again, you're hitting some very nice shots as well. I'm not used to complimentary to you, but I want to make sure that you guys are aware here. We got a couple of hours on the show together, Gwynn and Chris, Crisello. Tony Gwynn Jr. Tony will be back actually with the Big Five. We're going to do that at the bottom of the hour. But otherwise, he'll be indisposed the rest of the way. Scraby's here, though, the Bill House Studios, to basically give me a hard time. That's what he gets paid for, or at least he thinks.
I didn't give you a hard time.
Am I
yesterday.
breathing again today? Are we okay?
No,
on
we
that?
fixed the ghost mic.
It's hilarious how. Anyway,
It's so bad. Like I'm the only one to like. It's okay, Chris.
No,
we're teasing you.
I resemble that remark, and I didn't.
You
like
resemble?
It. Yeah, I didn't like it.
Or you resent?
The both. You will win 2 tickets to the Padres Phillies game. It's next Tuesday, May 26th, at Petco Park. All right, so we're going to be giving away 2 tickets to that game next Tuesday night. Should be a really good game. Obviously, the Phillies. Schwarber should be healthy. Hopefully, he's been sick here this week, but. Hopefully he'll be back because I even though he's against us, I still love to watch him swing. Hopefully when he's here, he'll swing and miss. America's got the 250th birthday, and with that Padres giveaway on Tuesday night, a patriotic Aloha shirt. Be nice.
Yeah,
I've seen
these shirts are very popular.
I've seen Mudcat and Don Orsillo.
Do you think they're ever going to let Mud talk up a product again like he talked up the puffer vest? They're never going to let him promote a product.
He created a monster with that for sure. First 40,000 people next Tuesday will get the patriotic Aloha shirt. If you don't win tickets today, you can get tickets at padres.com/tickets. A couple of quick things on that. I ran into Don and Mud before the game last night. Don Orsillo is a brave man. I just want to say, if you're out there, Don, you are a brave man, and he knows why I'm saying it. He did a telecast last night wearing the most Dodger blue colored shirt that I've ever seen.
Really?
And I called him on it. I said, Don, really?
What did he say?
He said, yeah, what the hell? And I told both of them, I said, Don, man, you're going to get hate mail. And he said, yeah, probably. But I actually almost wore a blue shirt in here the other day because I do have a blue colored long sleeve that I like to wear. I actually changed before I came in because of the
really.
Yes, because I didn't want to face the heat. And Mark Grant said, "Yeah, tell your listeners to take a walk." And I'm like, Mark, you tell them to take a walk because I have to sit here and get all of the criticism that comes with this stuff.
He wore a blue shirt, whatever. Don, like, if you're a fan and you're going to a game and you're wearing a blue shirt, that's one thing. Don's working the game.
He's the broadcaster for the Padres.
It's a blue shirt, whatever.
All right. Well, and Don, I'm not being critical. I'm just saying that you're a risky guy. That's all.
I was more talking to the people out there. Like, let it go. Don's done enough to build some equity here.
He's got more equity than you can imagine. But I'm going to tell you something that even though I've done, what Aztec basketball and all of this stuff, I don't think I'd show up in BYU blue if they were playing the Aztecs. I just wouldn't.
All right.
So, I'm just saying.
You put it like that.
That's all I'm saying. The other thing last night, and I thank Dave Marcus. He pointed this out to me, and I told him I was going to mention it. If you were at the game last night, did you notice this? Because it did happen. And it'll happen again tonight, I'm almost sure. And to me, it's a very thinly veiled, Padre versus Dodgers type thing. Okay. Before the game, about 15 minutes before every game, they do the lineups up on the big board out in left center field.
Okay.
And the PA guy gets on there and they go, hey, ladies and gentlemen, get your, scorecards ready. Here's the lineups. And they give the visiting team first. Okay. That's the way you do it. And they'll always say something like, here's the manager of the Diamondbacks is Torey Lovello.
Boo.
Whatever. A couple people boo. Leading off in center field, number 7, Corbin Carroll. Whatever. Basically, nobody pays a whole lot of attention to it unless you really, are writing down the lineup. Well, last night, when it was time to introduce the Dodgers, the Padres management did something a little different. They introduced Dave Roberts, and they introduced the Dodger lineup, but they did it in breakneck speed.
Like really fast?
Breakneck speed. And I'm sure it was because they didn't want to give the Dodger fans a longer chance to cheer while the lineup was being read. So last night, it went something like this. The manager of the Dodgers is number 30, Dave Roberts, leading off and playing who's first base, DH, Shohei Ohtani. Batting second and shortstop, Mookie Betts. At first base, Freddie Freeman. And the pictures were just like sliding through, like a quick slideshow up on the scoreboard. And they finished reading the Dodger lineup in about 8 seconds. And I just thought it was interesting.
That is interesting because it's definitely not what they do.
It's not what they do. I didn't notice it, but Dave Marcus said, look at this. It's speed lineup.
I'm looking through just mentions, and I don't see any mentions.
I don't think anybody caught it except maybe Dave Marcus, but they did it, and it'll be interesting to see tonight. Now, will the Dodgers retaliate when the Padres go back to Chavez Ravine? You know, you could always get one of those really, really fast talker guys.
Like an auction guy?
An auction guy, and just like buzz through the other lineup even quicker than that.
Willie says
if the Dodgers want to do something.
Willie said it happened Monday night as well. So this is a thing.
Yeah. No, they didn't do it by accident. There's no question it was done with a little malice intended. You know, not bad, just kind of a fun little rivalry.
Yeah, you're not actually making fun of anyone.
No.
You're just making it quick. Will they do it?
Like when we go back to LA, you know what I mean? Will they think of something else? To me, it's just
they don't seem like they would care about something like that.
Well, look, everybody certainly cared about the crying Kershaw thing. That went over like a lead balloon a few years ago. Okay. I think this is something that is a little better, a little better, in terms of, more tasteful and more acceptable.
Yeah.
But it was interesting, something to look forward to tonight. If you're trying to write down the Dodger lineup in your actual scorebook, you're going to have to write really fast because they're going to say it really quick. So I just thought that was kind of...
I'm completely fine with this. They weren't mean. They weren't bullies. They just decided to do the lineup fast.
Yeah, but they did it because they didn't want to hear the Dodger, because the Dodger fans are cheering all this time.
Yeah.
Right. And so it was much quicker than normal.
Good touch.
All right. You liked it?
Yeah.
I think some other people liked it. We'll see where it goes. It reminds me of the way back when Green Bay and Tampa Bay were rivals in the National Football League. They were in the same division back then.
That's crazy, but okay.
Okay. Yeah, right. They were both in the Central Division before they split into four.
Makes sense.
I know Tampa Bay is very central.
We always thought the Falcons were in the NFC West.
They were. At that time, they were.
Yeah.
But before they split the four divisions in each conference, they had the three. So Tampa Bay and Green Bay were rivalries. Anyway, the story goes, Tampa Bay went up to play at Lambeau Field. And on the scoreboard, Green Bay didn't really think much of it, but they put, Green Bay score, and then they put Tampa. And Tampa Bay was a little bit slighted by that. They thought, that's not our name. We're Tampa Bay. And they put Tampa. So you know what happened when the Packers went down there.
Oh,
it said green. Tampa Bay and green.
Oh, that's good. Yeah. I like that.
So they got them back.
I like that. It's a weird thing to be mad about, but okay.
Yeah, they got them back on that. So we'll see if the Dodgers even noticed it. Now that I've mentioned it, right? More people will notice it tonight. But if anything comes of this, blame Dave Marcus, because he's the one who pointed it all out to me. The speed reading of the Dodger lineup tonight. All right. The word we were looking for was just flat out malpractice.
Yes, managerial malpractice.
Yeah, I mean, the coach of the Cavaliers, somebody buy this guy an alarm clock. He slept through the fourth quarter. It was absolutely incredible. And if you didn't see it, the Knicks were trailing the Cavaliers 93-71 with 8 minutes to go, a 22-point lead. And then the Knicks went on this incredible run. Okay. Teams go on a run like this. The crowd was getting excited, obviously, and the crescendo was building. And the Cavaliers took one timeout only, and the coach took 2 timeouts with him. He didn't even use. I just didn't understand it. Nobody understood it. If I was officiating that game, I think I would have walked over to the Cavalier coach and said, "Hey, coach, I'm calling you a timeout. You need one." His team was unraveling right in front of him, and he just didn't call a timeout. It was like he didn't even know that the game was, getting away. And furthermore, I mean, if you don't want to fire him for that, you got to fire him for the fact that James Harden continued to try to guard Jalen Brunson in the fourth quarter.
He's not a defender.
Well, the Knicks figured this out with about 8 minutes to go, and they started giving the ball to Brunson and putting him on against Harden. Brunson scored 7 straight times down the floor. 7. And the Cavaliers didn't make a single adjustment. And I know that James Harden is going to be in the Hall of Fame someday, and people are going to sing his praises as an MVP and everything. But that was one of the worst displays of basketball I've ever seen for a guy of that supposed ability, he was a turnstile in the fourth quarter.
A parking cone?
And he was. And the Knicks, it's interesting. After the game, Mike Brown said, we went after James Harden because we thought that was our best chance to score, and they were right. Anyway, the Cavaliers, one of the biggest blown fourth quarter leads in playoff history. And then after that, the Knicks outscored 14-3 in overtime. So they win by 11. By the way, this was the thing that really stood out. The Cavaliers led by 20 in the fourth quarter. The Knicks won by 10 in overtime. They actually won by 11. First time in NBA history that a team led by 20 points in the fourth quarter and lost by double digits in overtime. That had never happened before in any game ever played.
Surprising.
That's how bad what the Cavaliers...
Because there's a ton of NBA playoff games out there.
Not only in the playoffs, it had never happened in the regular season either.
Geez, that is... Wow.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
That seems almost hard to believe.
That's what I'm saying. You lead by 20... First of all, you got to blow that lead.
Yeah.
And then you have to lose by double digits in overtime, which doesn't happen very often either.
But I'm going to be glass half full. Good job, Cavs. You did something that no one else has ever done.
You can be in the record books for that. You got to give the Knicks some credit. They had to make all the shots and win the game. So, it wasn't just a collapse. It takes two sides to collapse, but this was of epic proportions. More Gwynn and Chris coming up by Big Five time with a lot of stuff on the table. Stick around.
Hey, Tony Gwynn.
To get done, we got the Big Five coming up for you right here. Chris Ello, Tony Gwynn Jr. down at Petco Park in the 3 o'clock hour, or maybe early in the 4 o'clock hour. We'll give you a chance to win 2 tickets to Padres Phillies next Tuesday night at Petco Park. So 2 Padre tickets up for grabs. I'm thinking I'm going to try the same strategy on today's trivia question.
I clearly can't say anything.
I know you don't like it. But
by the way, it's not okay to shame me in the DMs about, don't call me stupid.
Did I?
No, not you.
Oh.
Just people.
Oh.
Don't call me stupid.
Because you can't figure out the trivia question?
There were a lot of people that couldn't figure it out. Hey, can you figure out how to do everything that I do? Maybe not.
There you go. Very fair.
That actually got me angry. I was actually angry about that because you know what? I didn't become an engineer for a reason. I'm not good at math.
You're not good at math, and that's fair. Not everybody's good at math. But the math that you will need to know to answer the trivia question is honestly no better than 3rd grade math.
It's the remembering.
It's the remembering that gives you problems, not necessarily the math. Anyway, if you didn't hear how we gave away Padre tickets the other day, something new I've come up with. I'm still trying to perfect it. But I think it was some fun. I hope at least I had fun. I might have been the only one, but we'll try it again today and see where it takes us. That's later. Right now, it's time for the Big Five.
It's that time of the show when we check on the latest in sports. Only the most important topics and questions are brought to light.
Stop what you're doing and listen.
These news stories will astound and amaze you. The one, the only.
Oh my God, who the hell cares?
The Big Five starts now on 97.3 The Fan.
And Chris and I are broadcasting live from the Bill House Studios, where we know how. Tony Gwynn Jr. down at Petco Park for this final game of the first series of the year between the Padres and the Dodgers, starting an hour earlier tonight, 5:40. So Sammy Lev takes over the station at 4:40, but let's get into it.
Number 5.
Last night in the bottom of the 8th inning, the Dodgers called upon Tanner Scott to pitch with Gavin Sheets coming up, but Craig Stamon then pinch hit Ramon Laureano. But as we all know, Gavin Sheets is probably the hottest hitter in the game coming into last night. I know Gavin Sheets doesn't face lefties often, but Ramon Laureano was used in the 8th, and they could have used him to pinch hit for Fermin in the 9th if they needed to. As one of the facets, Chris, would you have pinch hit for Gavin Sheets in the 8th?
Well, before I say it's a really dumb question, considering
it's not a dumb question.
Well, considering Laureano almost hit a home run, it seems like
did
a
he
silly
hit a home
question.
run though?
He did not.
Okay, thank you.
But having said
Rest
that,
my case.
all right, great. Then it was a stupid decision. There's no reason for
I'm not
discussion.
saying like I'm
he didn't
just
get
saying,
a hit.
Would you have done pinch hit for him in the 8th?
I was going to say before you got all defensive that I did question it at the time. And I thought to myself, maybe I'd rather have Sheets up here, even against a lefty, because he's, swinging the hot bat. But the more I thought about it as the at-bat went on, and, I think it goes along with what Craig Stamon has done all year. And what Craig Stamon has done all year is incorporate his entire team. And he's done that to the benefit of this ball club. He's made everybody feel a part of this. And so I think he saw a spot there where Laureano get a good look at a left-hander. I don't have the matchup numbers in front of me. Maybe he did, but Laureano hit the ball well the last couple of times around. Wanted to get a good look, lefty-righty. And, I think Laureano made him look just fine. It was the guy hit it 340 feet to the base of the wall, and Teoscar Hernandez is not the world's greatest defender, happened to make one of his better catches and save the day.
Did.
So I will say I agree with you that I questioned it just because of how hot Sheets is, but I just like the way Craig's using the whole roster, and nobody's immune from coming in or out. And I think that's served this team well all year.
All right, Tony, would you have pinch hit for Gavin Sheets in the 8th?
Yes, I would have.
End of story.
That's it. I thought he was waiting to say something. I just looked it up.
I would have.
Okay.
And I think it's okay that in your mind, in a non professional's mind, right, to question it. I think that's normal. He has to do those same. He does. The thing is, Craig Stamon does those same things in his own head. He just has to do it in a lot quicker time.
Yeah.
So it's not a bad thing to like, oh, do I want sheets to here? But I think if you don't come to the conclusion that you pinch it there, it's usually when you're probably going to get fired at some point because you're not going to make good decisions probably moving forward as well.
I would also add, since you talked about Fermin batting in the ninth inning, I wouldn't have had a problem with Bryce Johnson taking a swing there. You did have another catcher available.
Yep.
But I think he also looked at Fermin's previous couple of at-bats where he hit the ball hard and thought he was maybe locked in a little bit. So, I mean, I think Craig's thinking of a lot of different things. Whereas we can just look now that the game is over at the numbers and say, hey, he shouldn't have batted or he should have batted. I think the feel of the game means something, and Craig Stamon, I think, has done an excellent job at that all year, and I'm not going to criticize him on that one, especially because Laureano hit the ball almost out of the ballpark.
He actually literally said that in his presser yesterday. He talked about, pitching off of or making decisions off of gut at times.
He did talk about that. Yeah.
Feeling out or seeing the situation, but he said it's not going to work out all the time. Sometimes it's going to work, sometimes it's not. And his comfort level with either or is why I think he's going to have a ton of success as a manager.
I did like him retrospectively looking back at when he was a player, and he said, I disagree with the manager all the time. He's like, it's weird because now I'm the guy everybody's disagreeing with.
100%.
I mean,
Number 4.
just to one more thing, because I think it's a good discussion. The manager on the other side last night did something that I thought wasn't really normal for a lot of guys. He brought his closer in the 7th inning of a tie game. And when it got to the closing situation, guess what? He'd already used his closer.
Got Will Klein.
Okay, but it worked, and the Dodgers win. And, I mean, Dave Roberts has done a lot of those things over the years, most of which, as we all remember, he was obliterated for until the Dodgers started winning the World Series. Now, oh, man, he's really smart. He's quirky, but he thinks of this stuff. So it always depends on how it works out. And, again, I like that Dave Roberts is willing to, use the matchup he sees necessary at the time. And I think Craig does the same thing.
All right. Aaron Judge has a chance to do something that the greatest sluggers in the history of the game have never accomplished. And if he hits 50 or more home runs this season, that means he would have 5 seasons in his career with 50 or more home runs. And no one has done that in the history of the game. Not even the Babe, as the article wrote. A-Rod has done it 3 times. Sammy Sosa, Mark McGwire have done it as well. And no one else has done it more than twice than those guys. So, Tony, is this a foo-foo feat or a legit feat?
I think it's kind of foo-foo. I'm not going to lie.
All right.
I mean, I guess it's a big number, but I mean, if he has, let's just say it, and the thing, here's how I put it. When Aaron Judge is all said and done, do you think they're going to focus on the total of home runs or these 450 home run seasons?
The total.
I think people will be able to recite it like as a part of what he's done, but the other things that he's on record to break or to do are going to be massive compared to the 450 home run seasons. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think, maybe the question shouldn't be, would you call it
a foo-foo feat?
A foo-foo feat?
Yes.
Is that because you didn't feel like saying Fugazi? It's too long for you?
No, we use Fugazi all the time, but sometimes we talk about these foo-foo feats, and I think we've called it that before.
I would put this in the foo-foo feat category.
All right.
For a guy like Judge. Now, if this was like the sole thing that he could hang his hat on, yeah, okay, I could see that, but I just have this sneaky suspicion that when Aaron Judge retires, the 450 homer seasons will be a small thing compared to all the other
asterisk
things on pace to do. Yeah. I don't know about asterisk, but yeah.
Chris, is this a foo-foo feat or a legit feat?
It may sneak onto the bottom of the plaque, that they put up in Cooperstown. The reason I would say that it's more of a foo-foo feat is because nobody even knows that he's tied for the most right now.
Right.
Like, it's not even a thing that Babe did it or, A-Rod did it or, whoever else is on that list. So That's number one. Number two, look at Sammy Sosa. He's the only guy with 360 home run seasons. That's never mentioned ever.
That's true.
And he's not
true.
even considered. He's not even considered one of the best home run hitters based on the era he
I
played
probably
in.
forgot about. I probably either didn't know that or forgot about it until you just mentioned.
That's what I mean. So I think for Aaron Judge, and the other thing is his home runs are a little different now. Willie Mays said something that was always stuck with me when. I think Jose Canseco was actually the first player ever to go 40-40, and now home runs and steals. Now Shohei's at a 50-50. And I remember they asked Willie Mays, hey, this guy's going to be the first 40-40. You were a great, Hall of Fame base stealer and home run hitter. And Willie said, that's really good. He goes, but if they would have told me this was a big deal, I would have just done it every year. And I believe Willie Mays. But nobody was there to keep track of it or make a deal of it. So, it didn't matter.
Like I'm sure people have gone through the score books, right? And maybe digitally.
What probably happened. What probably happened is that no one was paying attention to those two specific numbers, right? And then as we started playing more baseball, it was like, oh, you know what, stolen bases, homers, man, that's kind
a
of
good
big
combination.
Deal.
Yeah.
Somebody was like, oh man, my man has like 20 and 20. I wonder who's had 30-30.
Yeah.
I wonder who. No one has 44. And then
now it's a big thing. Yeah. Willie Mays said he would have done it every year. I kind of believe him. If it, would have got him some more money, he probably would have gone for it.
Number 3.
Steelers quarterback Aaron Rodgers did something surprising for me, at least today. He announced that 2026 is going to be his last season in his Hall of Fame career.
Now might be the time to use the word fugazi. No.
You think this is a foo retirement?
I kind of believe him, but go ahead.
So he signed back with the Steelers. Did you know he signed up a contract worth up to $25 million?
Well, it sounds.
I guess it's the going rate for a quarterback these days. But
if Tua can make that, a certain Hall of Famer should be able to make it.
All right, long story short, Chris, he's going to retire. Is he first ballot?
Yes. There's going to be some disgruntled voters because, they're just going to personally hold a few things against Aaron Rodgers, but you're not a legit Hall of Fame voter if you don't consider this guy a Hall of Fame quarterback. So I think he'll get in the first time. There's been a few guys that have been held out in the past for.
Does Bill Polian have any beef with Aaron Rodgers?
Some of the people that have been held out in the, and it's like the old thing with the baseball, how, Tony and Cal Ripken and Willie Mays for that weren't even, unanimous, right? People still didn't vote Tony's dad in on the first ballot because, you just can't do it. Well, that was stupid. And finally, they put Mariano Rivera in that way, but he shouldn't be the only one. So, I think Rodgers will have be a little pushback, but he's a Hall of Fame quarterback, whether I like it or not.
Tony, first ballot Hall of Fame for Aaron Rodgers?
Without question. Aaron doesn't bother me as much as he bothers some of the other folks. I think he is he's one of the best quarterbacks to ever do it. Honestly.
Do you think that this announcement coming from Aaron Rodgers is a way of him asking for the
goodbye
grandfather treatment, or the goodbye tour treatment as he goes through a final season? And will he get some of that? And will everybody do it, or some teams not do it?
I don't know that everyone will do it. I would bet that everyone does do it, but I don't know that that's why he's doing it. I think he's probably as tired as everybody else is of
the question,
deciding if he wants to play, kind of going through that thing. Oh, I would imagine even as the person in it, that would get kind of old after a while. Like, especially if every year that goes by, I can tell you as you get older, there's less will to do all of the things that come along with playing the game.
We don't see a lot of the work that these guys have to put in to go out on the field every Sunday.
And I can only imagine at that age playing that sport, that's
with the money that you got.
All right. Scraby Oinland looks at the check. That's all
no,
he
I'm
looks
just
about.
saying, is it worth it to Aaron Rodgers to be destroyed this year?
That's the other. I know Scraby was trying to be funny, but that is a human element, right? Like, it's the same thing we're seeing in college sports with NIL. Like, what is the motivation be after you get all of that money to continue to want to be great? You've already accomplished the monetary part. And I would imagine for someone like Aaron, who's done it as long as he has, it's probably like, I don't really want to keep doing this anymore.
He might actually be a dinosaur in the sense that there may not be many guys that feel the need to play that long anymore because of the money that they can make.
And also I know that guys are retiring earlier because of the impact it has on your health as well.
Yep. We've seen that. We've seen that the last 10 years, more guys hanging it up earlier than they used to.
Yeah, 49ers linebacker Borland led the league in tackles his rookie year, retired right after that. He said, all I wanted to do was prove that I could play in the league.
Thank God a 49er got into that answer.
Number 2.
You're welcome, Chris. You're welcome. Cubs center fielder Pete Crow Armstrong is being fined an undisclosed amount, but WGN's reporting $5,000. That's his fine for an incident that happened with a fan Sunday at Rate Field. He said he regretted his choice of words, and he said, quote, directly or indirectly, I don't think that any of the women in my life would think I would say those kinds of words regularly. I'm just bummed out about the word choice and a bunch of little kids going to social media and seeing it as well, end quote. An extensive, according to ESPN, investigation into the incident wasn't necessary.
Well, there wouldn't be. We all saw the video. Yeah, you don't need to be
so
too
they
extensive.
just saw the video, listened to it. They're like, $5,000.
Okay.
Tony, you're up first. Now that I've found out how much the fine is, the question has changed. Is $5,000 the appropriate fine?
I hope so. I mean, I never had a curse word or some bad words cost so much ever. I mean, so yeah, I hope that $5,000 is enough. It shouldn't be. The fine shouldn't be according to what you're making. The fine should be, what was the crime that we're talking about? Crime. I can't even say I'm using. What was the
on-field crime?
On-field incident that we're talking about. I appreciate the fact that he owned it. I also appreciate the fact that he kept it a buck. Right? He said, I am disappointed in my word choice. He still wanted to get his lick back and say something. Yeah. He just didn't want to use those specific words because he thinks it's clear to me that he knows that went a little bit too far. I also appreciate the fact that he acknowledges that, man, that's not how the women in my life would expect me to be speaking on it at this point. And so I like that he didn't try to, especially in 2026, how many times have somebody doubled down on these actions and like keep pushing it forward? He got caught. He had to own it. And hopefully he learns from this incident. I think that's the thing that we got to keep reminding ourselves. This is a young dude.
Yeah, how old is he? 25 maybe?
20, 24, 25, somewhere in there. Either way, 24. It's a learning experience for the young man. Hopefully he gets better moving forward.
Chris, is $5,000 appropriate?
Before I answer this, I want to say that the correct answer in this situation has already been given by Tony.
Okay.
Now I'm not going to give that answer because I am already sick and tired of Pete Crow Armstrong. I've had enough already, and it's early in his career. And I do appreciate the fact that he owned it, but he already owned it last time when he talked about, smashing his bat and losing his temper and how kids saw that and told their little league coaches that I can act like that because PCA acts like that. And he said, yeah, that really hurt. That hit me. And I really looked at that and I thought, I got to do better. So he had to come to Jesus moment on that. But the bottom line is this kid's got a bad temper that needs to be, I think, calmed down at some point. What he said was totally uncalled for, I believe. And I'm sure that a lot of the women around, who watch baseball and heard it or saw it feel similarly. I'm not ready to kick the guy out of the league, but it sounds like it. Yeah, I know. Well, I know.
It definitely sounds like it.
That's what I said. I told him you gave the right answer already, Tony. But I just think there's a piece of people that see this kind of behavior, and I feel it's a little repetitive with this guy. I don't care with the way he even runs around the bases now with his nose stinking. I don't even know what that means. I've kind of already gone out on Pete Crow Armstrong, and it's going to take him a while to win me back.
Okay.
So.
I could see myself at 24 years old making the same mistake.
There's a lot of 24-year-olds making a lot of money,
times.
though. That I don't know. That's an okay excuse, but anyway.
Is it? You've ever been 24? Man, I'd love to go back and live in your 24-year life.
They didn't have social media. They only had a horse and buggy carriages.
That's the thing is that all three of us benefited from social media not existing and being able to get away with stuff that we'd probably be pretty embarrassed about if it got caught on film.
You think I'm working here if there is stuff from my drinking days? Probably not. Probably not. I'm so lucky.
All I know is one time we were sitting in the dugout of an Aztec game. It was more of a kind of a scrimmage game in the fall. And we were ragging on the other team from the dugout, and some guy got a double, and we ragged on him for something. He got thrown out. He left second base and ran into our dugout right at me because I was the loudest voice. I was the loudest voice. So yes,
doesn't surprise me.
Maybe I recognize Pete Crow Armstrong too well here, and maybe that's why I know where I.
You need to go talk to him and tell him.
Wait,
that's
right. Yeah. Well, hold up. Was this one of Coach Deet's like JCs that came down to scrimmage? You guys?
It was one of those. Yeah, exactly. Like USIU or somebody like that. We're playing them, and and I do know that we got a talking to after the game, and I believe it went something like, if somebody ever comes into our dugout again, they are not to leave. Basically, but don't ever let that happen again.
You can't that is the ultimate. If another team for whatever reason, even if it's for a good reason,
yes, they're not allowed to leave.
They're not supposed to leave.
Yeah,
we're running out of time, but real quick, the last thing about this whole PCA thing I feel really bad for is that the internet has turned on this woman, and now they are just fat shaming her. So that's not cool.
Here's the cool part about. This is why I can't stand the internet. The initial reaction was all mad at PCA because he used some poor language and disparaged the young lady. The next wave is going to be all Cubs fans that are seeing their guy get what he probably deserved coming to him. Yeah, it's just so stupid.
Internet stinks.
Number one.
All right, that's what the lady said Pete Crow Armstrong did, and look what happened. So you better be careful what you say. The internet may be yelling at you.
The internet yells at me every day.
Yeah.
It's okay. Bryson DeChambeau, after his poor PGA Championship appearance, he is considering retirement from the professional game of golf.
Oh, where's the party start?
And he wants to go deeper into his YouTube channel. Chris and I kind of talked about this last week.
Oh my god!
But
he has a YouTube channel.
Oh yeah, he's big into YouTube. He's big into YouTube. He's kind of like the Mr. Beast of golf YouTube right now. Not as big as Mr. Beast, obviously, but. My question to you
is like Mr. Cartoon.
But hold on, this Mr. Beast.
Mr. Beast is
exactly what I'm talking about.
Very famous.
This is exactly what I'm talking about. Do you think if golf wasn't making as much money, or he didn't make as much money as he did in Live,
right? He could quit
that
now.
He would actually be entertaining this.
It's a great point.
Like this is what I'm saying. Like this is crazy to me.
All right, question is,
I didn't even hear your question.
Do you think he'll regret it if he does retire?
I don't know. Because Bryson DeChambeau is just a strange bird, but I don't necessarily.
He 3D prints his own clubs.
I don't dislike him because he's a strange bird. I think there's a lot of room for a lot of different kinds of people out on the tour. I don't know that he respects some of the people he plays with in the game, and that kind of rubs me the wrong way. But he's a different cat, so it could happen for sure.
Tony, do you think he'll regret it if he retires and becomes a YouTuber?
Not. He probably have enough money. He don't really care. Clearly, if he's thinking about retiring, this dude's like in the prime of his career.
I know.
I can't watch him putt anymore with his muscles bulging out, and he's got the weirdest.
If I could be in the prime of my career, and somebody was like, "Hey, man, you want to retire?" and I had like a YouTube thing popping like him, there's no way. All I've ever wanted to do was play baseball at the highest level, and that was enough. Now these cats I don't know.
YouTube's probably way easier than a professional golf career.
It is. I mean, listen, this is a lot easier than playing. But if you ask me if I could switch right now, that'd be peace out, y'all.
Yeah, I mean, he's done everything in the game except for the Masters. So we'll see. All right, that's it for the Big Five. We'll have more Gwynn and Chris when we get back here. 97.3 The Fan.
KWFN and KWFN HD1 Sandy.
was at 4:40 today because Padres and Dodgers are playing at 5:40. Rubber game of the 3-game series. For those of you who are working today, you got tickets to the game. You didn't take a close look at your tickets. If you get there at 6:40, you might miss an inning or 3.
Or 4.
Or maybe even 4,
5,
the way this
maybe.
game goes tonight. Yeah, Ohtani against Vasquez.
Yes.
Could be a quick one tonight. Let's see if it's a pitcher's duel. We got the lineups for tonight's game, which we can't read until we get the proper intro. All right, Scraby is going to read the Padre lineup, and he's going to do it the way it should be. And then I'm going to read the Dodger lineup the way they read it at Petco Park.
All right, you go first.
You want me to go first?
Yes.
All right. Here is the Dodger lineup. Ohtani pitcher, Betts shortstop, Freeman first base, Tucker right field, Pages center field, Muncy third base, Smith catcher, Hernandez left field, Kim second base.
And who's pitching?
I said Ohtani's pitching. He's batting first.
You did actually.
Yeah, he's leading off.
I forgot because they don't do that anymore.
Right. I read it quickly because we discussed this earlier, but if you go to the game tonight, you will notice that when they do the Dodger lineup before the game up on the big scoreboard, they race through it. It's speed reading.
I'm looking forward to seeing this.
Yeah, you'll get to see it firsthand if you get down there tonight in time. All right, what are the Padres? I think it's the same lineup for the Padres tonight. Second night in a row, which hardly ever happens.
Yes, we're going to need to talk about one thing after I present the lineup. Fernando Tatis Jr. playing second, leading off, DHing, and Duhar batting second, and Ty Sheets. Wow. Gavin Sheets. Geez, what's going on today? First base batting third, Manny Machado playing third, cleaning up. Bogarts playing shortstop, batting fifth. Jackson Merrill center field sixth. Castellanos right field seventh. Laureano left field eighth. And then Freddie Fermin ninth for Vasquez. My question is, why Freddie Fermin?
I don't know. He hit the ball hard once last night. I don't know. I don't.
Duran, it seems like he's been hitting it better.
Here's the deal with the Padre lineup today, because I did this while we were going through the Big Five. You know how I'm like barely paying attention sometimes?
Yes.
And you look, Chris, what are you doing over there?
Yes.
Like the show's going on and I'm like in the middle of something else.
It's usually like a list of the top 5 hamburgers from 1970s.
I'm getting ready for the countdown tomorrow or Friday. But I went through the Padre lineup tonight. All right. So let's start at the top. We'll end up with Freddie Fermin. All right. So go back to the lineup. First up, Fernando Tatis Jr., right?
Correct.
All right. Here's Fernando's numbers for the month of May. He's hitting .215 with, get this, 2 RBIs. Now, everyone's focusing on the no home runs. But people keep saying, well, but he's contributing in a lot of other ways, and he's doing this and that. I don't know, 2 RBIs? The whole month? This is May 20th. He has 2 RBIs. So Fernando, offensively, basically in the month of May, has done nothing. Miguel Andujar, he's been good.
Hot.
Gavin Sheets, he's been good. And now it gets right back into the drink. Manny Machado. Do you know what Manny's numbers are for the last 3 weeks?
He's hitting under 200.
Manny's got 4 RBIs, including his 2-run home run last night, and he's hitting a robust .089. He's 5 for his last 56. That's your cleanup hitter. Batting fifth, Xander Bogaerts, who I think we just assume is doing well. Here's Xander the last 2 weeks. 7 for 40, no RBIs, 175. That's Xander. Batting sixth, Jackson Merrill. The last 2 weeks for Jackson, 4 for 40, 1 RBI. He's batting 100. Batting seventh, Nick Castellanos actually is doing well enough that he doesn't make the list of guys that are struggling.
Good for you, Nick.
Yeah. Batting eighth, Ramon Laureano.
Struggle town.
In the month of May, 6 for 48, 1 RBI, hitting 125.
Where are they getting their runs from?
And batting ninth, Freddie Fermin. In the month of May, 5 hits, no RBIs, hitting 135. I just gave you 6 of the 9 guys in the Padre lineup each one is worse than the one before it.
Yeah.
How they have won any games. I mean, you almost got to build a statue of Miguel Andujar and Gavin Sheets right now. They are absolutely, and Castellanos, who's had the chip in here and there.
Ty France.
Right. Ty's not in the lineup tonight.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
It's really, yes, you asked the right question. How have they scored any runs? One guy's got 2 RBIs. The next guy's got 0. The next guy's got 4. Then we got a guy with 1, 1, and 0. How do they ever get a run?
I don't know.
And if they win again tonight, they're in first place. So that's how much it's really, hurting the cause. I don't get it.
It's not hurting the cause.
I know. I don't get it. I don't get it.
Is it just they're
crazy.
getting great pitching on days that they score 1 or 2 runs?
Their pitching has been very good, but
it's had its moments this year.
It's had its moments, yeah. There's been moments it hasn't been great. It all comes back down to the timing of all of these hits. Every one of these hits is a big one.
Yeah.
That's what it really comes down to.
Yeah.
Because the overall number, you could make a serious case, because you could include Castellanos in this, but I didn't. But you could make a serious case that 7 of the 9 hitters in the lineup tonight are flat out slumping heading into the game. And they're facing a pitcher with a 0.82 ERA. How in the world are they supposed to score tonight?
Timely hitting, as you said.
Either that or Andujar and Sheets each hit 2 home runs. I mean, that's it. That's all they've got.
I thought
I'm only bringing this up because I'm not trying to be critical. I'm trying to point out just how crazy remarkable this is that they are where they are.
The question I keep getting is, when are they going to come back to earth? And I'm like, they're already at earth, kind of. Like,
their offense is below earth.
Yeah, they're not scoring a ton. They're still winning. So coming back to earth, what does that even mean? Like, they start losing a bunch of games?
I was saying last night, you could walk a guy to get to Fermin, but why walk a guy when the guy hitting there is just as bad as he is right now?
Yeah.
Nobody's good except for Andujar and Sheets. And then Sheets got pinch hit for last night, and people were fair to bring that up. We talked about it in the Big Five.
Yep.
Laureano hits the ball to the fence. I can't be critical of the decision, but you did take out of the lineup one of the 2 guys that's hitting when you did that.
Yeah, and then so you have Sheets, you can keep Sheets, but then in the 9th inning, you could have used Laureano for Fermin if you needed to. It was, I think, who else was on the bench at that point in time?
I think in the 9th inning, you're at that point, your choices were basically.
I did this earlier and I forgot.
No, you had Bryce Johnson, or you could have brought up Rodolfo Duran. Yeah. Otherwise, you had to go with Fermin there.
It's easy to second guess now.
Kurt Kenny and I were having a discussion at the game last night, as we often do. And Kirk, we were talking about the struggles of A, Fernando Tatis Jr., and B, your struggles in math.
Oh, my gosh.
So Kurt Kenny goes, ask Scraby how many home runs Fernando Tatis Jr. is on pace for this year.
Kirk, I know it's 1, okay?
No, it's 0.
I know. I'm kidding.
Okay, good. Okay, you got it right. Kirk wrote me today. He goes, I have a formula he can use if you need help.
Hey, people, get off my math skills. If I had a piece of paper and was able to write it down, it would be all good.
Yeah, but it is true. If you want to make it sound even sadder than it is for Fernando, he's currently on pace for 0 home runs this year if he keeps up his current rate. It's amazing.
I'm torn. Do I want to see a season without a home run just because that would be so crazy? Or do I want, for his own health and sanity,
he needs one
he's get a
got to do it? Do you know that? What is this tonight? Let me see. They're 29 and 19. So this is a 49th game, right? So let's just round it off. Say it's the 50th game. If he hits a home run tonight and gets on the board, but then goes this long again without a home run,
be game 100 basically.
But he wouldn't hit another one till August.
That's crazy.
That's how crazy this all is.
I keep
coming up with different ways to try to say how crazy it is.
I was going through the list of guys with home runs this year. It's like guys that never hit home runs. They've even if Daniel Camarena can hit a grand slam against Max Scherzer back a couple years ago,
I know.
He ran into it. Fernando hasn't even done that once.
Take a break. We got the Daily Gambit coming up. Also, still ahead, don't forget your chance to win Padres Phillies tickets. You can see all these hitting stars up close and personal. But
maybe get a lot of wind, too, if you're down here.
All right. That's not nice. More Gwynn and Chris coming up.
855. Get
Chance to win 2 tickets, Padres Phillies, next Tuesday night at Petco Park. Tonight it's Padres Dodgers. Shohei Ohtani, he of the 0.82 ERA, but only a 3-2 record. So, take that for what it's worth. Vasquez, 5-1, 2.68. Could be quick tonight. Might need a Miguel Andujar in the first inning home run and then just get out of the way again.
Yeah.
So if we can get out of here with a series win and go back into first place. Tomorrow's an off day, yes?
Yes.
But not for us. We'll have our Padre Roundtable back in business tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. I believe Ben Higgins has finally returned from his golf odyssey.
Oh, man.
Yeah, he was gone for months, I think, hitting the links. But he will be back to host, and I believe Tony Gwynn Jr. will be with us along with the regular
So I
group.
hear.
Tomorrow from 9 to 10 a.m., an hour of commercial-free Padre talk. If you've never heard the roundtable, then you can't get in on most of the discussions around the water cooler because everybody does talk about the roundtable. I must admit. I get asked about that more than any other thing. So roundtable tomorrow. We're on from 2 to 5. 3-hour show tomorrow for the Gwynn and Chris effort.
Then an Epic Wings replay, roundtable
Right,
replay.
that's right. The Epic Wings roundtable replay at 5 o'clock.
And then this gravy show.
Oh, there's a Chronicles tomorrow night.
There is a Chronicles tomorrow night.
All right. And then this weekend, here they come. The first place A's. Your guy, Shea Langoliers.
Yeah, I mean, it does scare me.
And your other guy, Nick Kurtz.
He's not on my team this
Oh,
year.
you didn't get him this year?
But
But
I
you got
discovered him.
Langoliers.
I discovered him
You
last
feel
year.
like you discovered him. It is one of the really odd things about fantasy sports.
Yeah. I was just looking through the waiver wire. I was like, this guy sounds good. And then rookie of the year.
So you feel like you're the reason.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're not.
It's Star Wars weekend too. So, and you have to have theme game tickets, I believe, for some of the giveaways. So just make sure.
We'll get into that more as we get closer to Friday. But it's 3 days of Star Wars action.
Yep.
All right. May the force be with all of you.
Chris says, all right.
Really? I don't know. Why don't we do 3 days of Sleepless in Seattle when the Mariners come in and, just do it for everything?
Because that wouldn't be cool.
Star Wars has, because I was still alive when the first one came out, right? The very first thing. And it really did take over the world for a year or two, maybe 3. And then it kind of went a little more into the background. It's bigger now than it ever was then.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Because they have so many different offerings
Right,
now.
the Mandalorian and this, that, the other. Yeah, everything's
I've said something before that got me into big trouble that I don't necessarily want to bring up again.
mm-hmm.
But I feel like there are too many Star Wars movies and shows.
I was done after the first one. So
But at the same time, I also don't watch them and I don't see them. So why does it bother me? It shouldn't bother me.
I'm not trying to ruin anybody's world out there, but it took me a long time just to know that Darth Vader was Luke's father. Like,
what? That's like the easiest thing to know.
But it wasn't in the first movie, and I didn't watch
in the
any
third,
of
right?
Well, I didn't get that far.
You didn't get to the third?
Hell no.
That's the best one. Well, I can't say it's the best
Return
one.
of the Jedi is the best one.
I don't know.
You think?
I don't know. I like the one where they're
Should be impressed that I even knew that.
Empire Strikes Back, and then there's
Return of the Jedi was third.
What's
After that, I lost complete
what's
track of it.
I don't remember all 3 of the movie names.
All right.
I think we have to do Daily Gambit on the other side.
Yeah, we're not going to make it. So we'll do that. We'll also, why don't we do the tickets right now?
Okay.
Ha!
That's a good way.
Here we go. Chance to win 2 tickets to see the Padres and the Phillies next Tuesday. Now, we did it this way, the other way. The other day. The reason I did it this way is because I frankly got tired of asking a question that people could just Google the answer to and call in with the answer. And I feel like, if you're going to get Padre tickets, you should work for it just a bit. Now, this is called Mathletics. And what it is, if you weren't here the other day for it, I'm going to give you sports trivia, stuff along the way here that is a number. And then I'm going to tell you with some very low grade math how you figure out the final number, and whoever comes up with the final number correctly will win. I think you'll understand it if you haven't heard it, but here's how we're going today. Pay attention. And if you're driving, do your best to keep the number in your head or have somebody, sitting by to jot some things down. But you need to know your sports trivia in order to get this question correct. Here's where we start today. You're going to start with the number of World Series championships won by the Yankees. All right, the number of World Series championships won by the Yankees. Now, that could eliminate some people right there, but you need to know how many world titles the Yankees have. Start with that number. Take that number and very simply add to that number the number of Super Bowl appearances by the Dolphins. How many times have the Dolphins been to the Super Bowl? Not won it, been to the Super Bowl. So there's your first two. You're taking the number of World Series titles won by the Yankees. You're adding the number of Dolphins Super Bowl appearances. Take that new number, and you have to do division now. Divide that new number by the number of NL pennants won by the Padres. Number of NL pennants. Now, pennants is different from division titles. Okay, got to know what the pennant is. You win the pennant. How many pennants have the Padres won in their history? So you divide that into the number you had before. So now you have a third number. You have one more thing to do to get the final answer, and that is you are going to add to the current number the number worn by more Hall of Fame NFL quarterbacks than any other number.
Oh, my goodness. You have made this. You said, I want a thing where nobody has to look up anything, but they can do it in their head. No one knows those answers.
You don't think that that's pretty common knowledge, the most common number worn by Hall of Fame NFL quarterbacks?
That is not common knowledge.
You don't think so?
No.
I think when I tell you, you're going to understand that it's really common knowledge.
But common knowledge means that everybody knows it.
Not everybody's eligible to win trivia questions. I mean, you got to know something.
Thank you. Someone said, how long is this math equation?
Okay,
it's very long.
That person's out.
They're not even going to call, I bet you.
Final answer is where you're at right now. And first person with the correct final number.
I think you should, for their sake, you should go through it one more time quickly.
Number of World Series championships by the Yankees. Add to that Dolphins Super Bowl appearances. Divide that by the number of Padre NL pennants, and then take that number and add the number worn by more Hall of Fame NFL quarterbacks than any other, and it's not even close. That'll give you a final number, and then you call in this phone number, 833-288-0973. First person who gets the correct answer, the correct number, will go see the Padres and Phillies. Scraby doesn't think any of you can do it.
I didn't say that.
You'll prove him wrong again, I'm sure, as Gwynn and Chris continues.
Ben and Woods on the Fan.
Coming up
Craig
Thursday.
Stamon joins us here on Gwynn and Chris. And Craig, you get asked pretty much. I'm here every day. You get pretty much asked every day about your lineup. There was a couple times I felt in particular that you were messing with everybody out there.
Why don't you ask him what his lineup's going to be the second game instead of opening day lineup?
We're getting close to that particular time. You haven't really had your whole team as a whole to kind of make that kind of decision, but I would guess that you have at least an idea of where you want to go at this point.
Yeah, I have an idea. Tatis, Machado, Mero are going to bat at the top of the lineup somewhere.
Good thinking, Craig.
I told you I wasn't that smart.
Yeah, touche.
But yeah, I think it's been fun. It's fun to go through spring training and try different lineups, try different things, especially with the guys that were gone for the WBC.
Did that make it a little bit easier to try some things because you kind of were forced to?
It definitely made it a lot easier because there's no way you could write a Padres lineup without Manny and Toddy somewhere in the top four, and so being able to try different people in different spots and just see how they took to leading off or took to batting second or batting third, batting in the middle of the lineup and how that looked in Cactus League games. So try to take all that information in and then make a good decision on opening day.
Craig, talking about the fact that you've surrounded yourself with people and you're learning and you're asking,
But what kind of things did you feel were important for you as Craig Stamon to try to bring to this job and to this position and situation?
Well, I just tried to be myself, and that was the only thing that I could bring to this situation, this job. And the one benefit I have is I played with a lot of these guys, so they kind of, as long as I wasn't being fake as a player, I am who I was, and I'm trying to be that same person right now. And so that they know they got someone that they can trust, and that someone that they can count on, someone that they can talk to, and then also hopefully someone that can put his foot down when he needs to. I think that's part of this role, and definitely going to be tough with, some of my best friends, but I think that's also the fun part of it too, is like, who doesn't want to play baseball with their best friends and, figure out a way to win it all.
With this particular group, from the pitching side of things, you guys came in, a lot of arms for, a couple of spots. Joe Musgrove sounds like he's not going to be ready for opening day. One of the things I've been trying to impart on people is the difference in how you guys look at it versus how us fans look at it, right? I think we get so excited about opening day and we get our hopes and minds set on that when it's just one of 162.
Right.
How different are things now with kind of the situation with Joe being down, at least at the start, in terms of the competition that you guys have had unfold?
Yeah. You know what? Opening day is special, right? When you're on a squad for opening day, you made the opening day roster. Like, that is a big thing for players. There's no doubt about that. However, like what you said, it is one of 162. It counts the same as game, 150,
Right.
130, and 120. So we want our best team for the majority of the season, not just on day one. And looking at the pitching staff specifically, we've got a lot of guys that have track records of pitching well in the big leagues, and they're competing for spots in our rotation right now and in the bullpen. And so, we're going to try to keep those guys around as long as we can and give them opportunities throughout the rest of spring training, and then, see where we're at opening day and, go from there. But, so far those guys have pitched really well outside of maybe a few snafus, but, they're in a good spot right now and ready to help us.
Do you have someone in mind for opening day already?
We have, several pitchers in mind for opening day.
It's not going to be you, Tony.
Yeah.
I can guarantee they're going to be me.
Yeah, we got some good pitchers. That's a good thing. We have choices.
There
we
you
have
go.
many
Fair
guys
enough.
that could do it.
I know we're wrapping this up, and I know you have a lot to do. I want to try to get one question in that hopefully you haven't heard a lot. Have you thought about your first trip out to argue with an umpire in a major situation? Not just chirping, but I mean, something where you got to get out there and really make it happen. If so, have you asked anybody for any ideas or dreamed about how that might look?
It ain't going to look good if it's scripted, put it that way.
Okay.
So, the only thing I'd say is my kids have seen it. Maybe not outside, but my kids have seen it.
They know you got it.
They saw it this morning.
Oh, okay. All right.
If the umpires stop listening, then we, dad mode comes out or whatever. But, it'll happen when it happens.
Okay.
It probably won't be me just getting angry at an umpire. It'll be hopefully me protecting some of our players and showing them that I got their back.
Well, Craig, hey, man, we let you get going, man. We appreciate you coming and spending some time with us. Good luck this year. You got a whole city behind you, my friend.
Yeah, thanks a lot. Appreciate it.
Yeah, we've told everybody who'll listen to us that the Craig Stamon we got a chance to know here is going to be in a perfect situation. So we wish you the best.
Helps. We got a lot of good players, so we'll be fine.
No doubt.
That's true.
Craig Stamon joins us here on Gwynn and Chris. And Craig, you get asked pretty much. I'm here every day. You get pretty much asked every day about your lineup. There was a couple times I felt in particular that you were messing with everybody out there.
Why don't you ask him what his lineup's going to be the second game instead of opening day lineup?
We're getting close to that particular time. You haven't really had your whole team as a whole to kind of make that kind of decision, but I would guess that you have at least an idea of where you want to go at this point.
Yeah, I have an idea. Tatis, Machado, Mero are going to bat at the top of the lineup somewhere.
Tickets is a love-hate relationship. That's kind of what I'm gathering so far, Scraby. Some people, I think, actually are trying to have some fun with it and trying to figure out the answer. Other people are like, are you kidding me with this? So guess what? I like it. We're probably going to keep doing it. So
I hate it.
Get used to it.
I hate it. It takes like 10 minutes to set up.
Perfect.
We got
What
better
else?
things to talk about.
Do we?
Yeah.
Do we really?
Yeah.
Than giving away Padre tickets?
The question for the Padre tickets should take 30 seconds. How about you next time you
But
do
how
it in the way
boring-
that the Padres introduced the Dodgers? So that's really quick, bada bing, bada boom.
How boring is it though to go, what color is an orange? And then people call in orange?
No,
Yeah,
they
you
go.
win.
No, they go.
There's no fun to that.
They go. What was the question?
Yeah.
First
Anyway,
caller, though.
the winner was Rob. He didn't seem to have too much problem with it. And here's how it went down very quickly. The Yankees won 27 World Series titles so far, so that was their first number. You added to that the number 5, because that's the number of Super Bowls the Dolphins appeared in so far. You currently have the number 32. You divide it by the number of NL pennants the Padres won, which is 2. They won in 84. They won in 98. 32 divided by 2 leaves you with 16. That's your new number. You add to that the number worn by the most Hall of Fame NFL quarterbacks. You thought that was a little difficult, Scraby, but I think most people remember Staubach, Bradshaw, Kenny Stabler, Bob Greasy, Joe Namath, number 12. Ton of Hall of Fame quarterbacks, number 12. You add 16 and 12, you get 28. That was the correct answer today, and Rob got it. All right, we'll see where we go with it.
The only thing I'll fight you on this, though, is that number 12 is number 12 for a Hall of Fame quarterback is a common knowledge answer. It's not common knowledge.
Well, there's 27 World Series for the Yankees. I don't know. Everybody has that.
Actually, I think that's common. Actually, I think that's common knowledge.
I don't know the number of Dolphin Super Bowl appearances everybody knows. I think
that one was difficult.
I think part of the allure of this is you need to know the actual answers to the sports trivia part of it. And then you have to have some fun with your math. Thus, Mathletics.
Fun and math has never been in the same sentence
Not for
in my
you.
life.
Not for you. But I will say this. Twice now we've done this, and twice the very first caller had the right answer when you thought nobody's going to be able to figure this out. That has been proven to be incorrect.
There's a common mistake here. Tom Brady is not in the Hall of Fame yet.
No, he's not.
So our winner said that, or winner
Right.
actually came to that
Right.
conclusion.
He's like, I was thinking Hall of Fame quarterback, so I figured Tom Brady's number 12.
Yeah.
And we said, well, he's not even in the Hall of Fame, but he's going to add to the number of number 12. So is Aaron Rodgers when he retires. Aaron Rodgers, by the way, announced he will be retiring after this season.
Is he a number 12?
Today.
Was he a number 12 with the Packers?
Yes.
I think he was.
He absolutely was. Yes. He's 8 now, right? With the Steelers.
I
I think he
couldn't
was something
tell you.
different. Yeah. All right. Let's get to the daily gambit. First, we got to do some traffic, though.
From the 855 Get Ross Traffic Center. Injured? Demand justice. Demand Jurowitz. 855GetRoss.com.
Got delays on the westbound 8 from the 163 to a crash that just cleared from lanes near Mission Center Road. Southbound 805 seeing delays from a crash clearing at Miramar Road. I'm John Yeazel, Odyssey San Diego Traffic.
This game day traffic report is brought to you by Crystal Geyser Alpine Spring Water.
What makes Crystal Geyser Alpine Spring Water different? We always bottle our Alpine Spring Water less than 1.5 miles from the spring source, and all our bottles are made with 50% recycled plastic from our own recycling plants. Crystal Geyser, bottled at the spring source.
Do you like money?
I think about money a lot.
Do you like money without doing anything?
Winning.
Do you want to make money while watching sports?
I think Washington is immortal luck.
Washington! Woohoo!
If you answer yes, this is your segment. Just don't blame us when you lose.
Nothing is ever your fault.
It's your game. Take it.
Gwynn and Chris go through the top bets of the day in The Daily Gambit on 97.3 The Fan.
Daily Gambit is our daily sports betting segment here on Gwynn and Chris. Please, everybody, gamble responsibly. We did make some bets last night. We'll get to those in just a second, but the chat thinks I'm not a fan because I don't do math. That is not the reason I am not a fan.
Okay. Why are you not a fan?
Because
it's
it's 10
difficult.
minutes. Also, Nate said longtime football fans will know that 12 is a common number. I have been watching football since the day I was born in 1985. My team, the 49ers, Never had any good 12s.
Not true. John Brody was a great number
Is he in the
12.
Hall of Fame?
He's pretty damn close.
But is he in the Hall of Fame?
It's a great quarterback.
So he's not in the Hall of Fame.
You just said they didn't have any great number 12s, and you're wrong. John Brady
But he's not in the Hall of Fame.
He's in the 49er Hall of Fame. He's quite the great quarterback.
You were talking about the Pro Football Hall of Fame.
The whole point of trivia is you either know it or you don't. That's the whole idea of trivia. That's how it works. You know that when we do Chris versus the fans. When I don't know it, you know, I get mad.
Yes, you do.
All right.
I'm
so
not
that's
good
just the
at
whole
trivia
point
to
of
begin with. I know a lot of pointless information, but
I don't know. I have people texting me all over the place trying to come up with these answers. So I'm getting the feeling that some people are having fun with it. I know others aren't. I can't tell you that everyone's going to like every single segment we've ever done on this show. It's pretty hard to please everyone out there. Sorry about that, but it's not really my goal.
We're broadcasting live from the Bill House Studios, where we know how. Last night, Dodgers minus 1.5. I blame Chris for this, everybody. And I said I would yesterday, so it's not like I'm just doing it now. Dodgers were minus 1.5. I went Padres. You went Dodgers. Dodgers ended up winning the game, but not the bet.
Yeah, you won the bet. So
yes.
Good for you.
But I'd rather the Padres win the game. Over under 8 runs in this one. Surprisingly, over. So you get that one right. They had 9 total runs. Then the Reds at the Phillies. The Phillies minus 1.5. You went Reds. I went Phillies. Reds win 4-1. So you're off to a fantastic start. Dylan Cease K's or Jacob Mizorowski K's? Cease at Yankees had 9. Jacob Mizorowski at the Cubs had 8. You went Cease. I went Miz.
And Mizorowski, after 6 innings, left the game after 74 pitches. And this is just the way it is. Quote from manager Pat Murphy. He ran out of gas. Look, he said to me, I think I can give you one more inning, the 6th, but I can't give you anything past that.
What?
Said Pat Murphy. He did a great job. That's where we are now. That's where we are. 5-6 innings of great baseball is more than acceptable.
I guess when you're not giving up any runs.
It was never that way before. 24 straight scoreless innings for Mizorowski going over his last 4 starts. But 74 pitches and you're done? Really? Okay.
Yeah, it's like either tone it down with the fastball, and
that's the way you go now. They don't care. They want him to burn out in 6 innings. They want him to.
This is so weird to me.
I don't care for it personally, but whatever.
All right.
He also, here's another great thing, though, I will say about Mizorowski. He has not allowed a single extra base hit since April 19th. He's faced
over a month.
He's faced 114 batters since the last time he allowed an extra base hit.
That is wild.
So he's pitching well, but just not pitching long.
Please do not name him to the All-Star game because he's going to get tired.
He'll start. Well, he can pitch 1 inning. That's all they care about.
But can he? I'm going to give you 2 outs in this 1 inning.
I can give you 2 outs, but I'm feeling a little tired here. Yeah,
that is weird to me.
It really is incredible. The guy's 20 years old or whatever, and he's out of gas after 6 innings, and he barely made it through the 6th inning. Here's the other part to that. He gets 4 days to completely rest before he even pitches again.
And 3 of the 5 starts, he exited with cramps.
I'm not sure where I guess I'm old man on the lawn, but
no, I'm with you here.
This
on
kind
this
of
one.
stuff just it's kind of weird to me.
All right, runs plus hits plus RBIs. Who had more? Ohtani minus 1.5 or Fernando Tatis Jr. We both went Ohtani, and Ohtani had 4. Tatis had 3, so he actually wins the bet.
Tatis won the bet. He had a run scored and 2 hits, Fernando, last night.
The Cavs at the Knicks. Knicks minus 6.5. You went Cleveland. I went Knicks. Knicks win 115-104.
It's the worst loss in betting history. If you had the Cavs plus 6.5 and they led by 22 in the 4th quarter and you lost the bet because they went to overtime and lost by 11. We already discussed how the Cavaliers should just out and out fire their coach, Kenny Atkinson, for malpractice. It was absolutely awful. How he just fell asleep while that game was getting away.
All right. So the next one was who had more points, Donovan Mitchell or Jalen Brunson? We both went Brunson, and we were both correct. He had 38. Donovan Mitchell had 29.
I'll tell you one thing. If they keep James Harden on Brunson next game, Brunson will score 100. I mean, because James Harden can't guard anything, and he's going to the Hall of Fame. These are things that bother me a little bit.
Here's another thing that bothers you, and it's turning into something I'm looking for, but you asked, does Harden have more field goals or turnovers in last night's game? You said turnovers. I said field goals. He had 6 turnovers and only 5 field goals.
Yeah,
So
he has more turnovers in almost every game he plays.
That's wild.
And yet he's like a cinch for the Hall of Fame. He's won an MVP. He's the guy that everybody seems to want to get on their team, although he's never even come close to winning a championship, and he's probably not going to make it this year. And the reason is because of him. He can't guard anybody, and he turns the ball over all the time.
Seems like a pretty big liability.
Not quite sure why that's an automatic ticket to the Hall of Fame. He's got a great beard. I'll give you that. I love the beard.
He does have a great beard. As a guy with a beard, that's some.
You're impressed. Yeah.
I'm very impressed because he's had that beard for 10 plus years.
And we've said this before, but if you want a little, crack a smile on your computer there at work, flip over and call up a picture of James Harden playing at Arizona State where he didn't have the beard.
He's just a baby.
It's strange. Yes.
All right.
Was that it?
Yep, that's it.
Okay. I'm having a good week, 11-6. You're the flop of that, 6-11.
Yeah, not great.
Here we go to tonight. For the third straight night, the Dodgers are favored by 1.5 over our Padres. I'm first, and we have to win the series, so I'll take the Padres. But it's not going to be easy, man. You got Ohtani, and we got a lineup of guys that can't hit their way out of a paper bag. And that's not opinion. I backed that up with all the numbers I gave you earlier.
There's stats for that.
Yeah.
I'm going to go with the Padres.
Yeah, why not? Here we go. 7.5 runs over under. You're up. I'll let you figure this one out.
Well, 5-4 was
seemed like an explosion last night.
We got 2 pitchers who don't give up runs normally. I'm going to go under.
I think you got to go under. 7.5. I mean, yeah. I think that's a win. Brewers are 1.5 at the Cubs. Brewers are trying to sweep. They've already moved into first place in the Central, ahead of the Cubs. Cubs have actually fallen into third place now, percentage points behind the Cardinals. It's very close in the Central, but the Brew Crew keeps getting it done. Will they sweep the Cubs? No, I'll take the Cubs tonight.
No, he says.
What do you got?
Yeah, I think the Cubs
get one, salvage one. All right, Shohei Ohtani, 8 strikeouts tonight. Over or under? Obviously.
Would you say that? Would it be fair to say, without actually looking into the stats, that the Padres don't strike out as much as you would think?
Yeah, I haven't looked at it this year. I think they're kind of in the middle of the pack, strikeouts this year, the Padres. I could certainly check it.
I actually am on the page right now. Padres have struck out. They're the 12th team.
In terms of most?
In terms
strikeouts?
of most,
yes. That's Phillies
have number 1.
Phillies have struck out the most?
476 times.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
Ohtani in the strikeout department, if you're wondering, by the way.
Oh, he's a strikeout artist.
It's so funny to watch, to try to call up his stats, because you got looking at me. I'm like, I'm looking at his batting statistics. Who has all this stuff? Nobody. He's got 50 strikeouts this year in 44 innings. So you going 8 or more tonight?
I'm going to say he strikes out 5.
So that's
that's an under.
It's way under.
The Padres may not strike out; they just hit into outs.
I'm going to say under just because I'm going to root for under, but I don't know. All right, who has more total bases tonight? A couple of hot hitters: Miguel Andujar versus Freddie Freeman. Freddie Freeman is not having an unbelievable year until last night.
No.
And he is still one of my favorite pros. I know he's on the wrong team, so you have to hate him. I can't hate him. I just like to watch him play. I like how he plays first base. He seems to have a great attitude over there. He kind of says hi to everybody. He's not annoying about it.
I'm surprised you don't hate that, honestly.
Yeah, no, I like Freddie Freeman, man. I wish I could have been a little more like him when I played. Just seems like he enjoys himself out there.
Instead,
has a great time.
You're getting guys to run into your dugout to fight you.
I was too
much. You're too extra.
Yeah, and look, he hits 2 home runs last night. Both of them were pretty decent pitches. He's just that good.
Yeah, he's very good.
So, anyway, after all that, I'll still take Andujar to have more total bases tonight because he has to.
I agree.
Because if he doesn't get any hits tonight, the Padres are going to get no hit.
I'm going to go with Mr. Andujar.
Mr. Andujar. What a signing he's been. All right, OKC 7.5 over the Spurs. At OKC, game 2. Can OKC even it up? I think most people think they will. But
am I up first?
You are up first. Are they going to beat the spread?
No, I'm just going to keep going with the Thunder until they win.
Oh, you're going to go with them? You said no. So no.
Oh yeah. I'm going with the Thunder.
All right. I think the Thunder by all rights should do it, but I'm going to take the Spurs again until OKC takes Caruso off of guarding Wemby and ask Chet Holmgren to do what the hell he should be able to do as a big man. I can't buy into this OKC thing. I saw another clip real quick. I know we're running out of time, but I saw a clip of Holmgren lined up at the free throw line with Wemby standing next to him during a free throw.
Okay.
You see Holmgren look down at Wemby, and as the ball is being released, you see him intentionally, Holmgren, just step on Wemby's foot. And it wasn't like an accident.
What a punk.
Yeah, and Wemby falls down. And it's all in the action of the rebounding, so nobody sees anything. I'm like, what a cheap play.
That is really cheap.
Come on, man. We've already talked about Holmgren and his flopping antics. I thought this was really
Man,
poor.
the Thunder seem like just an annoying team.
Nobody likes them right now. Real quick, SGA -5 or Wemby. I'm going to take SGA tonight. He can't be bad again. Scrape?
I'm going to go Wemby because I think you're right. It's in his head now that he's SGA's head that he can't flop
And
anymore.
the Avs open their series with the Vegas Knights tonight. Stanley Cup semifinals. Colorado at home by 1.5. Scraby.
Avs.
Hockey fan, you are.
I love hockey.
I know. I'm going to take the Avs, too. I think they're on their way to the finals. We'll take a break as we are on our way to Chris versus the fans. 833-288-0973 next. So last night, the bus was to leave for the airport at 8 p.m. And, Tony, you know this. Everybody knows this. If you're hooked up with anything like this, as Pete Carroll used to say, on time means you're late.
Right.
So Amy's the young lady who handles all the travel and puts together the itinerary. So we're just about ready to leave.
TJ Lucida.
She stands up as the bus is kind of rumbling to life. And she goes, okay, everybody get your passports out. I want to make sure nobody leaves without their passport. Because, again, you are talking to college kids here, and you don't want
college
them
kids,
to,
That's what she thought she was talking to.
She thought she. So I'm sitting there, and I'm thinking to my head, like, you don't need a passport for this trip. I didn't even bring one. We're just going to the Bahamas. And so, yeah.
That was your thought process? The Bahamas are an international flight, I believe.
This is almost equal to the fact that North Dakota borders Canada.
I think it does equal that, Scrape.
Actually, I forgot all about that.
Yeah, I forgot about it too, buddy.
Right. So for whatever reason, I did not bring my passport. I'm sitting there, and I'm like, my stomach, you have your sinking feeling. And I'm like, what? Never do that. Yeah, thank you. And I was like, oh no, I don't have my passport. Here's my second thought, guys. If I just quietly call Lori, because the flight wasn't until 10 o'clock. You got some extra time. So I said, if I call Lori and just have her bring my passport down to the airport, I'll be able to get away with this without everybody knowing that I blew it. Because that isn't a factor here. You don't want to be embarrassed. So she's in the back checking the players' passport situation out. And I'm having this argument with myself. Oh, no, what do I do? And so my first thing is I'll call Lori, and I'll just say, hey, can you, I blew it. I forgot my passport. Can you meet me down at the airport? And then I thought, we live 25 minutes from the airport. Lori is not going to be happy.
Nope.
Getting my passport and driving it down there.
Because the airport is really easy to access these days.
And never easy to access, exactly. So I had a quick discussion with myself, and it was either A, it's time for me to embarrass myself in front of the team, or I'm going to have to ask Lori to drive to the airport. I chose the first one. So I said, oh my goodness, I can't believe I forgot my passport. I don't have it. And Stacey Terry Hudson looked at me and like, what? Like you? I mean, she wasn't mean about it. She was just like so surprised. And as I was, and everybody's like, what are you going to do? And I said, well, I live, literally 10 minutes from the school. And I said, I'm going to call Lori right now. Is there any way we can just hold up for 10 minutes?
What?
That's all. It was either that or make Lori drive down, Scrape. You got to understand my options here. They're very limited.
I get it, but I think your mistake means that you have to
do the hard one.
Yeah, you have to deal with the hard part.
I agree. Well, this didn't turn out a whole lot better. Amy, it's her first year on the job, but she's a very nice gal, so I don't have any really, I don't have any cachet with her yet. And she's like, looking at her watch, looking at Coach Stacey Terry. She's like, 10 minutes, because that can be a little...
That's stressful.
Well, it's stressful. And she doesn't care. Her job is to get everybody on that damn plane.
Right. And a lot of times what we don't know, the traveling party doesn't know, is they've already called ahead and talked. They have a travel agent that's going to kind of expedite the process a little bit. And if they mess up that contact, then everybody's messed up.
So everything is thrown asunder if you got to wait 10 minutes. And but I'm on the phone with Lori, and Lori's like, well, I'm not going to the airport. There's no way. She's like, you tell them that I'll be there in 10 minutes.
You tell them.
And I will give Lori a lot of credit. She, while this discussion was going on, found the passport and was already in the car.
Whoa.
So I give her a ton of credit. She didn't wait for... okay, go get the passport and hurry up.
Because she knew she wasn't going to the airport. So
she knew she wasn't going to the airport. Exactly, Tony.
She's like, I'm in the car.
She did. She said, I'm in the car. So I told, Amy, and I got Lori on the phone. I'm telling Amy and Coach, I'm like, she's on her way. And I said, I drive this all the time. It really is 10 minutes. And they're like, all right, 10 minutes. So last night, the bus was to leave for the airport at 8 p.m. And Tony, you know this. Everybody knows this. If you're hooked up with anything like this, as Pete Carroll used to say, on time means you're late.
Right.
So Amy's the young lady who handles all the travel and puts together the itinerary. So we're just about ready to leave.
TJ Lucida.
She stands up as the bus is kind of rumbling to life, and she goes, okay. And we are indeed heading into the happy hour today, a little earlier with the ball game an hour earlier tonight. Gwynn and Chris. Happy hour brought to you by GL Pools, the company trusted by people like me, man, who swim in that pool and do those laps, man. We got to have a good, clean pool, and that's what GL Pools gives us. Trusted by thousands of San Diegans, to keep the pool sparkling, swim ready, and expertly maintained. Call GL Pools now and say the word radio. Get a free month of service. Bill House Studios. We know how. Crisello, Scraby, Tony, Jesse getting ready for the ball game at 5:40. Sam Levitt pregame. 4:40. Stat of the day. We mentioned it at the very beginning of the show, but I thought it was so good from Alden Gonzalez last night. Mason Miller had thrown 50 pitches this year, 4 strikes over 100 miles an hour. 5-0. Not a single one of them had been put into play, into fair territory all year until Andy Pajes hit that sac fly. That was a hell of an at-bat. And we hated it because it won the game, but he got 9 pitches. He fouled off pitches that almost every other player in baseball would strike out on.
Yeah.
You just had to tip your cap as a hell of an at-bat by Pajes, who won the game. The throw by Fernando, the criticism of Sun Moon Song is wrong. Straight up. If you're one of those people that said, why did he do that? The answer, the throw was going to be offline. It was not, Fernando's best throw, frankly. It was going to be offline.
It wasn't going to be terribly offline, but it was going to be offline enough.
Enough to where they couldn't have made a play. Song had to cut it, get it headed toward home plate. He did. His throw came in just a tad high, and it gave the runner call a chance to get in there. It's not a blame game, okay? Fernando, I think if he had it back, would like to just uncork a better throw. He just didn't get everything on it.
Yeah.
Because I thought when he caught it, and I knew Call was going to try, I thought he was going to be out. I really did. And he wasn't, because the throw just wasn't, what Fernando wanted. Dodgers win the game 5-4.
They were living the Padres were living dangerously last night to begin with, because they had the inning before Ohtani makes it all the way to third. He starts with a leadoff double.
Great job by Morejon, by the way.
Great job. But they were living dangerously.
A little bit. I mean, you strike out Freeman like that, though, on a night where he's already got 2 home runs, and all he has to do is hit the ball.
You're feeling pretty good.
That's pretty good work by Morejon there. But ultimately, you lost the game on the at-bat and the throwing error. Miller threw it wide. Ty France didn't have a whole lot of time to reach for it. He got his glove on it. They gave the error to Miller. I talked to some people who thought France should have got the error. Really doesn't matter. Padres got the error. The guy got the third base when he should have been out. Simple as that.
This is the first time that Mason Miller has exited a game behind, right?
Well, I think Stamon took him out because, you're already now losing.
Yeah.
He had pitched the night before.
Yeah.
He had 22 pitches last night. Why, make him throw 6 more? So I like what Stamon did there, but I know one thing, it was the first error Mason Miller's ever made.
Yeah.
So it was, not good timing for it. And the game could have, changed a bunch of other times. We talked about it earlier. But a lot of, when you play good games against good teams, this is what happens. It's kind of a bunch of, what if. But, Teoscar Hernandez grounds out to third base there in the 6th inning. Oops, the ball hits the bag and hops over Manny's head for a double.
Just terrible luck.
And he ends up scoring the 3rd run. And then after it's 4-4, Ty France breaks it up. Man, he hits the ball, bounces over the fence. Jackson Merrill could have walked home.
He could have.
He had to go back to third base. That kept the game tied. And then the shot Laureano hit, they have those analytics, like when it leaves the bat.
Mm-hmm.
What was that? Like 75% chance that was going to be a hit?
Let me go look.
One of those things where when he hit that ball, I thought it had a chance to go out of the ballpark. But secondly, Teoscar Hernandez is not known for his defense at all.
I mean, he made that catch an adventure.
Made a nice play, saved the deal. So those were the things that kind of where you figure, the baseball gods were kind of working against the Friars last night. We'll see what happens tonight and the 3rd game of the series. The other quick note in sports today is that Aaron Rodgers made it official. He is going to retire at the end of this season. He's going to play one more, and then the Hall of Fame quarterback says he's going to call it quits. I will say this. I believe him wholeheartedly, Scraby, because if he goes back on his word, then he'll lose whatever 3 or 4 fans he has left. Because already we're kind of tired of Aaron Rodgers and, the fact that he's just always kind of there and needing all this attention. If he ends up going back on his word here, that's not going to help his cause.
I don't think so.
I don't think he will either. I think
he's never done anything like this where he's like set a date for his retirement.
He's going to call it. So,
back to the Ramon Laureano.
Yeah, when he hit that ball, the chance of that being a hit was?
530 batting average.
Yeah.
Expecting batting average, which means like
more than half.
Yeah, more than half.
It was going to fall in.
Hit.
Yeah.
Although no home run. It wouldn't have been a home run in any park.
No, it was low. It was too low. But I'm just saying, when he left the bat, it was a line drive. It was very similar to the home run that Andujar hit earlier in the game.
Yep.
And I thought it, might have a chance. It did not. And the Dodgers win a thriller. And as I said earlier, thank you, Major League Baseball, for making it to where we only get 13 of these games a year. Because I could see these every night, and I'd be fine with it.
But it's nice. Yeah.
No,
last year they got swept, and we all hated life when they played the Dodgers.
Too bad. Hey, you don't like it? Beat them. But we should play them more. They're the rival. The games are good. They're exciting. The fans, 100%. Both sides last night. It was the perfect atmosphere. Dodger fans cheering, Padre fans booing, then they flip, the other way. It was just a lot of fun. I thought I didn't see anything stupid. Sure, there's probably a couple of incidents here and there, but for the most part, everybody had a good time. And, after the game, walked to my car and there was, 100 people in blue shirts and 100 people in brown shirts. And some of them were even walking together because they had gone to the game together.
Wow.
I just think
we came together.
Well, it wasn't a kumbaya moment, but
everybody's
was
holding hands, playing guitars.
Yeah, it might be a bit much, but hey, it was fun. We're supposed to do Chris versus the fans. I don't know what the hell I'm doing.
I wasn't sure.
I forgot. There's people waiting to play. Let's go. Sorry.
If you had one shot, one opportunity to take down the human almanac himself,
howdy do.
Now is your time.
Listen to me, this guy is dangerous.
Now is your opportunity to win a prize.
Well, I hope you know what you're in for.
Chris versus the fans starts now on 97.3 The Fan.
All right, you are going to be playing for the grand prize at the end of the month. It is a $500 gift card to Westgate Las Vegas, the home of legendary Vegas fun, now offering the breakaway from fees package, including a $75 daily dining credit, 2 day spa passes, this is tough, daily cabaret tickets, complimentary valet parking, and $0 resort fees. Special rates starting at $89 a night. Book now at westgatelasvegas.com. The rules: you have to make it through 3 questions. Each question will get more difficult. If you get the question right, you move on. If you get it wrong and Chris gets it right, you're eliminated. But if Chris gets it wrong, then you move on to the next question or you win. If you're a first-time player, let us know before you get into it. You get that first question for free today. Yes, Chris.
Quick note. Remember we were ripping on making fun of Mizorowski for sitting out and, leaving the game in the No. But just this note in. The Indiana Fever, the WNBA, has played 4 games this year. Who is their marquee person? Caitlin Clark, of course. Who doesn't go to the game to see her? Everyone. 5th game tonight. Sitting out. Got a little back issue. She's already kind of wearing down. What is going on?
You've turned into me with these injury things.
People, you're already out after 4 games? Ugh.
Why don't you play a professional schedule?
I guess. Go ahead.
But that is kind of crazy. She's coming off of an injury, right? Maybe they're trying to get her back.
A year ago, she's had a year and a half off. Now she's played 4 games and she's already winded. Jeez.
That was good. She didn't work out in the offseason. She didn't get a conditioning.
They asked the coach, and the coach said she's not sitting out due to load management. Well, I would hope not after 4 games of the season.
Seriously.
Yeah. So anyway, she won't be playing tonight if you were looking for that.
I didn't know that they had load management in WNBA.
Yeah. Go ahead.
All right.
Who's playing ball here?
I don't know. I just lost a couple people for some reason. Let's go to Kyle. Hey, Kyle.
Hey, guys.
You ready to play?
You know it.
All right, here we go.
Kyle's ready.
What team did Mookie Betts start his career with?
Fair.
Boston Red Sox.
Boston Red Sox is correct.
Kyle handled that very easily. You know what Kyle's attitude sounded like to me there?
What?
Like, why are you bothering me with such an easy question? That's kind of how it sounded.
Hey, that's fine. You can sound like that after question number 1 and you get it right. So good.
Yeah.
That's just not happening right.
Which Padres starter holds the record for strikeouts in a season? Holds the team record for strikeouts in a season. What Padres starting pitcher holds the record for strikeouts in one season?
Throughout all history.
Throughout the history of the Padres.
Yes. That's a tough one for a number 2, I think.
Dylan Cease.
Dylan Cease. Interesting.
Stay there, Kyle.
It's Kevin Brown. He beat the record of Jake Peavy, I think. Kevin Brown has this. Oh, no.
Blake Snell.
Blake Snell had more strikeouts than Kevin Brown in a season?
237 or something.
Wow.
Do you have the most blocks, too?
What's that?
Did he have the most walks too?
He did that year that he won the Cy Young. Are you on his page, Chris?
No.
Oh, I'll go to Blake Snell real quick.
Blake Snell is the all-time single-season Padre record holder for strikeouts, huh?
Now I always second guess myself.
Yes, you do, because I know Kevin Brown had a lot.
Okay, so in 2023, he had. Where's my strikeouts? Okay, he had 234 in 2023. Let's go to Kevin Brown.
What's Kevin Brown's all-time single-season record?
I'm going
257 in 1998.
Was he with the Padres?
Yes, of course he was. That's the Padre record. Jake Peavy is second. Blake Snell is third.
Wait. Okay, I will admit that I got this wrong.
Yes.
I didn't. Okay, I got it wrong. I got it wrong regardless. I meant to say since the year 2000.
Well,
but it's okay. I got it wrong.
Well, that would have been wrong too, because Jake Peavy had more than Blake Snell in 2007.
I'm wrong.
Yes, you are. So what do you want to do? Do you want to give Kyle another number 2? Give him another number 2.
No,
Either
you got
that
it
or
wrong,
he's
though.
eliminated. Well, I mean, I got it right.
All right, we'll give him another number 2.
So I'm giving him another chance.
Yeah, this was my bad.
All right, move on. Kyle, forget that happened.
That's what happens when you do questions at 11:30 p.m.
I see.
All right. Kyle, I'm sorry about that. Here we go. Question number 2. That never happened. Who was the head coach of the Stanford football team from 2011 to 2022?
The which football team?
Stanford.
This is number 2?
Yeah, this is easy.
Oh, that's going to be Harbaugh.
Not as easy as I thought.
Yeah, not as easy as you thought. 2011 to 2022. Stanford. What was that guy's name? I can kind of picture him, but I'm not thinking of it, so I'm gonna pass. I don't remember. I can picture the guy standing there because we played them a bunch of times, but I don't know his name.
David Shaw.
David Shaw. Okay.
All
Kyle,
right.
you go to the finals.
Yes. All right. Question number 3.
It's been a wonky Christmas to fans to
I'm
this
not gonna
point.
lie. I'm not gonna lie. I didn't do the best job on that
But
one.
Kyle
question.
doesn't mind if he wins.
Of course. All right. Let's try this one. What Padre has stolen the most bases since 2021?
That's hard.
Ha-Seong Kim.
Ha-Seong Kim.
Stay there.
Jeez. Most what is it?
Stolen
bases since 2021. The Padres don't lead the league in that category. I'll say what I said yesterday, Fernando.
It was exasperation.
Yeah, because I don't know. Oh, I was right.
I'm sorry, Kyle.
Sorry about that.
He had 108 stolen bases. I believe Ha-Seong Kim was 2, though.
Okay.
All right. Let's go back to the top, Chris.
Come on, Scrappy. You got to rally.
Back
got
to the
rally,
top, Chris.
The show must go on.
It has to
The
go.
show
You know
must
what?
go
We
on.
haven't talked to him in a while. Brandon. Hello, Brandon.
What up, guys? How we doing?
Pretty good.
I was
Brandon.
better before that question, but
Yeah, you're gonna
We'll move
you're gonna
on.
take the. You won't sleep
We'll move
tonight
on.
because you missed that.
You know what the thing is? Real quick, Brandon. You know what the thing is, Chris? I actually do check my answer. That's what bothers me the most is that I checked it twice and I got it wrong.
Where did
twice.
you check it?
Well, I go
Obviously
back.
not
I
where-
go back and I go, did I actually see this? That's what bothers me the most.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Question number 1 for Brandon.
People tuning into Chris vs. the Fans today for the first
Are
time.
hearing
are
a meltdown.
People are like, "How is this a popular segment?" Like,
They're hearing me melt
like, what
down
the hell
right
is
now.
happening here?
I know Brandon knows this, but who was the quarterback of the Seahawks last season?
I know it. Why can I not? Darnold.
Okay. I was like, Brandon knows this. I know he
Pulled it
does.
out at the
I
last
know
moment.
he does.
He got it.
All right, here we go. Question number 2. Which Chicago White Sox slugger recently made history by hitting 7 home runs in his first 21 games, breaking Shohei Ohtani's record for a Japanese-born player?
Murakami.
Murakami is
is
leading
correct.
the American League still.
Wow. Yeah, he's been pretty good. All right, third and final question. Here we go. Since 2021, which Padres starting pitcher has the most wins?
Again, we're trying the 2021 thing. Why is that the line of demarcation?
I figured it was because it's more recent memory.
Because it's after the
because you can't really ask questions from the COVID season.
2021.
Let's go with
Darvish.
He got it.
Nice job,
Good
Brandon.
job, Brandon. That was right. You Darvish.
Stay there. So Darvish had 44 since 2021. Joe Musgrove had 37.
Very
since
good.
2021.
All right, let's get out of this segment before it's too
Please,
late. We got one more to go. We'll check some traffic. Brandon will collect his winnings, and we'll get you set for Padres Dodgers coming up on 97.3 The Fan. Final segment. Congratulations to Brandon first, and thanks to all of you for surviving that kind of murky version of Chris versus the fans.
I actually meant to make it. I said 2000 before. It was 2021 because of all the theme of my questions. But I still got it wrong.
Goodness,
I still made a mistake.
You were
I'm making excuses, yes, but I am also taking the blame for it.
The Padre, you're looking in the mirror. Good job. I was just looking at this for fun. I'm a little surprised by this, honestly. And I don't know why I just stumbled across it, but I thought I'd share. Major League Baseball in the history of the game, the winningest franchise ever in terms of win-loss percentage, pretty easy. I think everybody would guess it, right? The Yankees.
Mm-hmm.
They got a 570 winning percentage. The team that has won the most games in history is not the Yankees. It's the Giants franchise. The Giants actually started their franchise 20 years before the Yankees did. But the Giants have the second best win percentage, just ahead of the Dodgers, who are third. And I think most of us would think the Dodgers have a better all-time record than the Giants, but they don't. But where do the Padres rank? And we're talking about the Padres record since 1969, right? It's 60 years of baseball. Where do the Padres rank in terms of the 30 teams, 30 franchises, in terms of their all-time win percentage? Well, the worst team in baseball is the Rockies. All time.
Poor Rocks.
Yeah, I know. Well, they've been adding to their lead here the last couple of years.
They have.
456 winning percentage. That's worst. Second worst, Marlins, 460. Now, both those teams came in at the same time in 1993. The 28th best team in history of baseball is the Padres, 469 win percentage. They're only ahead of two teams. Isn't that crazy? I think it is. I thought we'd be a little better than that. I know there were some lean years, a lot of them, I guess.
Yeah, I mean,
but that makes me appreciate what we're doing now, maybe a little bit more.
You have to appreciate
it
a lot more.
We try to talk about the fact that this is the 6th straight season. And maybe even the 7th if you include 2020, right? As because they were in the playoffs that year.
Yeah.
So really the 7th straight year that the Padres have been relevant. And not just at 500, but relevant in terms of making a shot at the playoffs or the division title or having, a chance. They certainly are in that position this year. And when you consider that, the Padres have the worst record of any team in baseball history, ahead of only the Marlins and Rockies. You got to almost say, hey, 7 years of being in the hunt's pretty good.
It's very good.
So anyway, Padres are 562 games under 500 in franchise history. Basically, they'd have to win every game for 3 straight years to get back to 500 as a franchise.
That can happen.
That's a little intimidating, isn't it?
That's very intimidating.
Yeah, you can't win. If you don't lose between now and 2029,
you're good.
The franchise will be back to the 500 mark. That's how many bad seasons the Padres had. A lot of them. But we're having some pretty good ones now. So let's enjoy it. Hopefully by the end of tonight, we'll have a look at first place in the National League West again. It'll be Vasquez. It'll be Ohtani. It'll be Sam Levitt's pregame in about 10 minutes.
SD Mike said the World Series or bust fans are conveniently forgetting 50-plus years of history.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's true. And that's why I try to say there's never been a stretch even close to what this team has done the last 7 years. Not even close. You look at, they won a couple of division titles once in 05 and 06. Obviously made a couple World Series in there, but they have never had a stretch like this.
Yeah.
So, we're still going to complain if they lose tonight, though.
Of course we will.
Yeah.
That's what we do, Chris.
We do it well.
That's what we do.
Yeah. Do you have anything from Mr. Stamon heading into tonight? What do you got?
I know Sammy's going to go into it a little bit further, but he was asked about, Randy Vasquez and what his expectations are for him tonight.
Tonight? How about a no-hitter?
No-hitter. I think that would
actually
be awesome, but I don't think he said that. So here's Craig Stamon.
This year, built off last year, like we've said, had a great offseason and continue that through the year. We've relied on him for some big starts, and he's come up with them.
Both of these games in the series have been decided by one run. Would it be fair to say that it's magnified the little details, maybe heightened focus a bit?
Yeah, it's 2 fun games we've had with these guys. Big league baseball, the best players in the world playing against each other. It's what we expect from the Dodgers and Padres, and hopefully more of those games come.
Having these kinds of games that do feel tense and it feels like there are big moments late, is there specific value in having those kinds of games this early in the season?
Yeah, for sure. I think you get the juices flowing. Not that you don't get the juices flowing against anybody, but any close game is always an opportunity for you to perfect your craft and to get better in the biggest moments. And I know these guys enjoy these games quite a bit.
Sam will play the rest of that.
Sammy Levitt doing a little guest appearance there on that interview.
Yes,
He ducked in a question or two.
He's always like, Craig, let me ask you a question.
I have a question about Craig Stamon before you.
Okay,
follow
go
up.
with your question.
It's May 20th. If you ask me, this to the untrained ear, because I don't listen to every press conference he's done, and I don't go down to the. I can't go down to the
I
dugout.
listen to quite a bit of them.
Right, I can't go down to the dugout because I'm here. Right,
Yeah.
every game.
Yeah.
or every day.
Yep.
But Craig Stamon's answers, although always cordial and always, friendly and, not combative, they're getting shorter.
They are getting shorter.
They're getting really shorter.
He's learning.
Well, yes, the less you say, the more they can pick apart.
Yeah.
But I also think, and I'm going into his head here, which is not fair, but I also think he's already getting a little weary of kind of the same type of thing day in and day out.
What do you mean by that?
Because there's only so many different ways you can say, that was a good win. Yeah, that was a bad loss. That was a good pitching performance. Yeah, we need Manny to get going. Like you get the same questions day in and day out, and it's so difficult for him and anyone in his position to try to keep it somewhat fresh. I do think, though, Stamon is the type of person that is going to give it his level-headed best to be, kind and, forthcoming. Whereas, after a while, Schilt just got tired of it. And he's like, that's enough.
Over it.
Yeah, I can't. No more. That's stupid.
They're like, why do you have so many people, so many righties in a row? He's like, because I did it in Johnson City 10 years ago, okay?
Yeah. I don't think you'll get that from Craig. But my question is, where's he going to be on August 20th? Like, we're at May 20th. We're not even a third of the way through this yet.
I don't think we're going to see him get angry this year.
You think maybe
I think
by
he
next
needs to grow into it, become a hardened vet manager. My question for you was similar to what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Because I like Craig Stamon and how he kind of explains his thought process. He goes through each little bit of it. And so I like that. But would we crush him if they had a losing record? Would we say he's saying too much?
Absolutely not. And I think Craig Stamon, if he had a losing record, would be pretty similar to the guy we're getting now. And the fact of the matter is, what we would be saying a little more of is, hey, he's still growing into the role. Yeah. But instead of saying that, we're saying mostly, hey, he's hit the ground running. He's done a hell of a job. Anybody who thinks different, I can't change your mind.
I don't know what to
But I think Stamon's done a really, good thing of keeping everybody involved, using the whole 26-man roster, because it seems like all 26 guys, it takes that.
Mm-hmm.
It takes a village to win.
Totally does.
When the individuals in the village are all carrying around, matchsticks instead of spears. I mean, we've got
the biggest villagers are.
Yeah. I mean, we can't hit at all. Somehow we're supposed to go beat Ohtani tonight, and somehow I think they could do it.
I think so too.
We'll see. Spurs, Thunder game 2, Avs, Golden Knights game 1. So we have that to keep an eye on. Don't forget the Padre Roundtable, an hour commercial-free Padre talk. We'll all be here tomorrow morning, 9 to 10. Don't you miss that. In the meantime, enjoy Padre baseball tonight with Sam Levitt's pregame show coming up on San Diego's numero uno, 97.3 The Fan.